This that new. It's that new swag. It's that new swag. It's that new spaz. I say, new water, new ice, new neck piece. Police in the back, they gotta catch me. Only met me one time, she wanna sex me. New life, new bitty, and she sexy. New water, new ice, new neck piece. If the police pulling up, they gotta get me. Only after could I touch her and she let me. New bitty, new bag, new VV. I'm the nigga with the bag and I ain't trap me. I pot a little pressure, ain't mad. I can fly it in the mountains like a Latin. I could never fall in love, I learned my lesson. Grandmother still alive, so it's a blessing. If my niggas down bad, I'ma catch them. 15 to 1500, who want pressure? 15 to 1500, who want pressure? Fatality, my nigga on the beat. Get rich and throw my niggas on the beat. Street cred and I'm good on IG. Touchdown, all these niggas hate me. Niggas mad cause that girlfriend's like me. Off day and I'm Hugo Boss sing. Well known, you can Google my name. Same click, all that best I won't change. New water, new ice, new neck piece. Police in the back, they gotta catch me. Only met me one time, she wanna sex me. New life, new bitty, and she sexy. New water, new ice, new neck piece. If the police pulling up, they gotta get me. Only after could I touch her and she let me. New bitty, new bag, new VV. New water, new ice, I feel amazing. I can tell by what she said, she want my baby. I'ma keep it on the low, that girl my baby. I can't trust none of these niggas cause they shady. Spaz out, yeah, I'm about to spaz out.
Yes. We back in the building with another podcast, and this is Raw Dope Podcast, and I'm your host, Hand 5000. Now check this out, man. This the end of the New Year wrap up, man, and this is Job Legendary. Now, when these two young men we're gonna talk about first. All three of these young men is important to the city, is important to the culture, and you know what I'm saying. It's just important to the struggle. Now, when you think about somebody that's put the hip hop flag on their back and dealt with various things like 92Q, the Hooligan Express, DJing the main events, and been carrying this band on, I think, round way since goddamn he been in fucking diapers. I don't know.
Oh,
but him and Pork Chop had one of the biggest shows in my time on the radio. They always supported the local artists. They always supported the movement. And I'm just proud to be sitting across from them. But I got the boys, Mr. Hooligan Express, Squirrelwyde in the motherfucking building. What's happening, Chief?
Yeah, what's up? What's good?
Yes, and this other man, when you think about radio, when you think about the struggle, when you think about ambitions, when you think about somebody that never let up and never quit, you see this motherfucker in Miami. You see this motherfucker in Atlanta. You see this motherfucker Houston. You see this motherfucker Philadelphia. You see this motherfucker in New York. You see this motherfucker matter of fact, I'm changing his name. Black the East Coast. Know what I mean? Lil Black. I got Lil Black, the CEO and the motherfucker. You know what I mean? And then I changed his name Black. The East Coast.
East Coast. I like
East Coast Black.
East Coast Black.
East Coast Black.
I'm about to change my name on Instagram right now. East Coast Black.
Yeah, that works.
And this other young man we got in the building is somebody, young guy, under 30. And his service to humanity is the best work of life. You catch him in the worstest alleys. You caught us over the summertime campaigning with him, and he lost, but he'll be back in less than 48 months, about 44 months. He'll be back at it. This man is all about Baltimore. He's all about urban community development. My business work with his business. He send jobs our way. He give an opportunity to people in the community. And the man's under 30 years old. I got a good friend of mine and an urban community developer and a future councilman, because we're going to speak in existence. I got the boy Taurus Barksdale in the motherfucking building.
Salute, man. Thank you, man. Thanks for having me.
Hey, listen, man. On this podcast, we got some cardinal rules that we live by and we follow. No fuck shit, no fake shit, no foolishness. Anything you say can and will be used against you on the internet. And another thing, we like to introduce our audience to the person, and a lot of people know you guys are, you know what I mean, Black. You up and down the East Coast, Squirrel. You done pop millions of fucking earbuds, and people here. You done had people going crazy. You done had the tears going off. Man, literally, lock-in time was the time that you do your mix.
Yeah.
And then the time that we used to come out, by the time your mix finished, you get what I'm saying? It was time to come out for rec. And niggas in Jessup, I promise you, bro, was listening to that. And the only thing I wasn't feeling was when you went to Kingston. You know what I mean? That's the only. That was Thursday. Wednesdays. That was the only time.
Fresh from yard.
Fresh from
yard.
Yeah. So that was the only. Then I'd be like, "Fuck, man! I just want to just do hip hop," and your show meant everything to me. So what we like to do on here is like for each one of you guys to introduce yourself before we get into what y'all do and what y'all about. A little bit of where you come up and a little bit of your upbringing, starting with you, Squirrel.
Well, like you said, I've been in the game since you was in diapers, right?
Right.
I've been actually doing music all my life. My father was a DJ, so I never lost the goal. That's why I was able to be on the radio for 20 plus years, because I never forgot the goal, which was always music.
Yeah,
it wasn't about the pussy that comes from it or the fame or none of that. I always just loved music and loved mixing. So that's what made me last for like 20 plus years in the game. And this day I stepped foot in there, I always wanted to help the local artists. Because I always was like, yo, why they don't play no local? Why they don't play no local? Now, I remember when I started, local wasn't even really jumping. It was anything but local. We played club music. I ain't gonna front. The whole town was club music, which is like, that was it. We played a little bit of hip hop. But then the culture changed. The artists started getting better. And I used to always be like, yo, why we ain't playing the locals? Like the little Clayway, all the way back to Clayway, Mully Man, all the way back in the day.
Yes.
So I would play them. I mean, that's what I always thought the radio was for, to help round way. So that's, you know, and I did that for like 20 years. Until this day, I do the Hooligan Hotspot, helping these young artists out.
Yeah.
But it never lost the goal, which was always music.
And that's I love that about that. And the Hooligan Express for 20 years got a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Got a lot of niggas stew in the joint and just proud. You send a shot. Who got the best cheesesteaks and half on my way? Yo, Squirrel, come pick my dumb ass up. I said, man, that shit is big.
That should take you right there. That should take you right there.
It puts you in the sense of, man, yeah. Cause I remember I was out Hagerstown for a while, and then when I remember the ride from Hagerstown Correctional Facility, and the COs just played 92Q, and I said, yo, I'm back home, yo. Just to hear the personnels, the shows, I was just happy to have that back. So, Lord Black. And by the way, you're a Raw Dope podcast alumni. Shout out to Lord Black for doing the second interview with us, man.
Yeah, okay.
Second time around, man. This ain't his first step through, man.
East Coast Black.
East Coast Black, yes.
I don't know, yo. Like last time. I don't know what to really categorize me. Straight out of West Baltimore, everybody know. From around the way, Libby Heights and Garrison, Libby Heights and Gwinnett. I mean, you know what, yo? I don't really like describing me, but I just want to put a scenario out there. I had somebody ask me the other day, right? He said, Black, what makes you different than any other successful person in your field as far as your drive to come back? Your drive to do the things you do, whether it be paid or just out the goodness of your heart. What's the difference between you and I'm just throwing out a name, a 21 Savage? Because y'all both successful. I mean, his money is what it is, but just for being names, you know, what makes you different than him wanting to come back more? I said, well, I gotta respect that side of it as far as, yeah, when you get to a certain extent, you gotta move on.
Right.
But I just, for me, because it made me think about that, I just got a different love for my city and just people.
The game.
And just the game. Like, some people was brought into it. I grew up in it. You can't forget stuff. Scars don't go away. You know what I mean? So I think that's what really drives me for what I do. I ask myself sometimes, what is it that Black does? I don't even know. I just know when you call on me, I'm going to be whatever you need at the time, whether it be radio, whether it be a door for something, for somebody else to get through, whoever. Because I ask myself sometimes, like, yo, why am I still here? But then I also think about, well, damn, look at all the lives that you touch that if you wasn't here. So, I don't know. For me, it's just, I'm just black, man. I mean, just plain old black. Everybody know me, love me to death. I love you back. I mean,
yes.
You can hit me 410-501-7042. Y'all know how I am. I'm putting that out there. Promo is my life.
Out there.
Yeah, I mean, get with me.
Call them up.
Get with me as long as you don't make me look stupid. I'ma help you. But yeah, it's just I got a real love for it, Joe. For like I guess if life is the game, I got a real love for the game then, and everything in it. The hustle of it, the feel of it, the everything that come with it, the ups and downs. You know, they say you got to go do some real shit to really love and appreciate shit. Well, nigga, I've been through real shit. This is the side of black that people don't get to see outside of me being a little hype guy on the mic, as they say. Yeah, I mean, this is where you really get to see why I am that hype or why I can give you that 7 days a week. Because I really love what I do. It ain't just about being on the mic or being in front of people or being connected to whoever. I love being able to help people to the point sometimes it hurt me. But that's just what come with the game of, yeah, I mean, being who we are in our individual situations.
Yeah, loyalty over royalty.
Yeah.
And that always been me.
Loyalty over royalty. That's the thing. Toss. My man.
What's up, brother? Man, I'm just somebody come from, man, black, we come from the same neighborhood. When he just said that, I'm like, damn, we come from the same hood for real. LNG, Liberty Heights and Garrison, born and raised. That's where I've been at my whole life. And just being a young man, being able to accomplish the things I accomplished and still accomplishing, I want to just see the other young men in our city doing the same thing or just doing something positive. Because I know we got a lot of young men with potential. So, you know, that's just I see the potential in our people. So that's what make me go hard and continue to give back to the community, even if it's for free, even if it's coming out of my pockets, you know. So I just see the potential in my people. So I just do it.
I get it.
You know, whether than the community, whatever.
Right.
So, you know, just West Baltimore, went to high school, Northeast Baltimore, Reginald F. Lewis High School. After high school, I attended college, Wesley College in Dover, Delaware. My goal was always to become an attorney. That's been my goal since third grade. Third grade, I was inspired by Thurgood Marshall. We did it was for Black History Month. We had to choose a Black History person that we wanted to choose. We had to dress as that person. I chose Thurgood Marshall. Came third grade with a robe on, a judge robe on, and everything. I was inspired. So since third grade, my goal was to become an attorney. So that just pushed me to go to college, do everything I did. And I'm a certified paralegal, I'm a business owner.
All right.
I'm also a real estate investor.
That's what
so,
you need to hear.
Yeah, I just try to do everything I do, I just try to give back to the community because I know my people got potential. You know, we just need people that's going to believe in us. And right now, I feel like we don't have enough leaders believing in our young people. And it just show. We don't got
you
enough
got that
people
right.
in positions of power, you know, believing in our young people, our young black men. Yeah. So that's what really drives me to continue to do what I do.
Okay.
That's a goddamn fact, man.
All right, come on, Ham.
Hey, I love that shit. I love that shit. So, man, like, you know both of y'all was like dealing with y'all ever talk about that, like the whole 92Q era?
All right, I mean, get into it. You know me. You know I'm about to come back at you. Come on. Let's get into it.
I'm just saying, like, you know, that whole thing, like, for you, Squirrel, what that experience was like.
That shit was long. I mean,
ask what you want. We here. Ask what you want.
It was so long.
Come on, it's raw dope. Ask what you want. Let's get it going.
Well, since y'all ain't with it, what's up?
Let's get it going.
Well, listen, what did them bitches do to my motherfucking local heroes that we don't hear y'all on the speakers no more?
All right, well, hold up. First, can we promote us?
Yes, we do have a station.
We do have a radio station.
So
yes, it's coming soon.
Hooligan Express Radio.
Yes,
Yes,
put
these
that out
guys
there.
to finish the little legals.
Raw Dope Report will be on there.
Raw Dope will be on
All
there.
platforms are welcome.
Yes.
Railway, clothing
everybody.
lines,
I'm with them.
everything we was doing.
Send us the content. We put it up there. We out there for y'all. We got it.
And listen, I want to say this. It's like a kid at the candy store because like I'm a big homie to a lot of my younger guys, but These men, my big homies, man. Like I told you on the last episode, that man was the homecoming king. My first year in high school, he was in the 12th. He was the homecoming king. So he and he was
I've
from
been
around the
running
way.
for a
And
second.
he's a slick motherfucker. So I always respect him in Squirrel. From the Hammerjacks, from the Lloyds, from the goddamn what's the other one? Choices. From everything the niggas been doing, we just been really appreciating them on the radio and just to know in my future. I be
And you
just
know what's
working with
crazy?
y'all.
They don't remember none of that.
You know
they
what I'm
just
saying?
remember radio.
Yeah,
They don't remember I
know.
used to shut down Teamsters.
Yeah, Teamsters.
Reg used to let me close. I used to shut Teamsters down.
Yeah, man.
So all right, go ahead. Come on, let's get to it. What
So
you want to know?
I want to know what happened with the 92Q situation.
You want to go first?
Yeah,
or-
I'll go
all right.
first. What I think happened was, I think they started running out of money. Like, for real, for real. Like, even before the pandemic hit, it's 2020, 2021. These kids, it's a new day and age. I ain't even confront, it's a new day and age. And radio really, and I'm not just saying the Q, radio period. The whole art of radio ain't really moving forward with the world.
Yeah.
So when the pandemic hit, ain't no more parties getting promoted.
Like-
That's money. That's sponsorship. And that's what moves radio
Yeah.
is the money.
And that's what pays
no
you.
parties, no clothes because people ain't going nowhere. You shut in. Ain't no money. So when that hit, they probably had it out for us anyway, but
Right.
that was just the final, like, me, like, that was probably the final, like, all right, we get ready to go, move on with the new generation and try to figure it out, but we can't keep paying these old heads. Even though we was, don't get it
Y'all
twisted.
not old heads, y'all icons.
Don't get it
for the
twisted.
label.
I was still putting up 11 shares when I walked out the door, so it wasn't like we got phony and fell off. We still was carrying the strip.
Right.
So that had nothing to do with it. But like, nah, for real, like radio was ran by revenue. And when the revenue start running out, they looked to see. And I never was like, I worked there, but I never really was like cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Y'all already know for the way how hard it was for me to get you in and to get people in. So they ain't really bang with me like that. I was just a good worker, so they couldn't really, I was putting up numbers.
Right.
But when the money dropped, they was like, all right, but that wasn't just me. It was me and like 300 people in the company. So it was a blessing. Because they took the training wheels off. They taught me everything.
Right.
So now I can do it on my own and really help like I want to help.
And make real money.
And make real money.
So Black, your story's legendary.
Yeah, because he know more than, I was.
He was there. You was there before Squirrel, right?
No,
Squirrel?
whoa.
Oh, Squirrel was
Whoa.
there before.
Hey,
I got
tell him.
Yo, 'cause
Tell
Squirrel
him.
got like almost 30.
Tell him.
I got coming up on 19.
Oh,
The Squirrel is the oldest vet there.
And
hold
you
on,
gotta let him know
I'ma say-
about OLB, like
Cole was the only
WOLB.
one over top of Squirrel as far as that's still alive and still, as y'all consider active. It would have been Cole, then Squirrel, then Port,
Called out a 6
then
foot giant, right?
Kelson, then
No, it was the
me.
bald headed wonder. Who was
Yeah.
the bald headed wonder?
Yeah, that,
JB, he passed.
He gone.
Oh,
yeah, he
man,
gone. That
that
was
was
back
my
in Choices
man.
time.
But
Cole
back
had-
in the day, OLB is the talk station.
Yeah.
And C Miles.
Yeah, it was considered like the dungeon.
That was
You
number-
go
yeah,
there,
that-
run the board,
Right.
learn how to run shows, but that's about it. I was the first person that made it from the dungeon to the queue, which was like, oh,
Legendary.
you can make it over to the other side. Then come this guy right here, right behind me, through the OLB path. Like, learn how to run the board, learn the craft, learn the game, learn before you get out there. So then when you get out there, you don't act like you ain't never been there before. That's why we kind of like was different.
For me, it was a lesson in political science. Meaning, being a street kid that never had a job. You know him. You seen me. You seen me grow up.
Oh yeah, I know you, my man. You my man.
For me, never having a job, coming into a real situation like politics world, that's what it was for me. I learned how to separate personal from business, how to, as we say in the streets, see the snakes and everything. But in there, the snakes aren't in plain view. And you gotta learn how to move with them because I can't just go up to a nigga and smack him. I can't just go up and say whatever I want.
It's corporate.
It's corporate.
Yeah, it's
that's what I
corporate.
meant to say. Corporate
Yeah.
politics.
Yeah,
That's
corporate
what
politics.
that whole experience for me. Without trying to say it was bad, good, whatever. The basis of it was for me a corporate politics experience because it showed me how, as Jay say, and I said this on the last interview, how to move in a room full of wolves. Yeah, because niggas in the streets will kill you and that's it. Motherfuckers in them rooms scar you for life.
Right.
Real scars. So for me, fighting who I was versus who they wanted me to be, yeah, like I said, it all falls in there. But life afterwards, do I miss it? Who wouldn't miss it? But I also got to come to the realization of, even if they came right now, would I be able to do everything I'm doing? Because again, it's always a difference when you got somebody on your back versus when you flying
You
free.
gotta go to work before you gotta go to line. Then it's
feel
your
what I'm
shoulders
saying?
in the afternoon.
Boy, it would
So-
run them about like 500 million to get it.
It's a blessing in everything. Even with as much as I might have lost what I liked, I'm getting to do what I love.
Right.
And a lot of people can't deal with that because a lot of people need that machine behind them. With me, the one thing I can say I never lost throughout the whole 19 years was my legs. And I don't know if it was because I lived so much in the city, because I don't like saying the streets. For me, it's the city. Like you can see Black at the arena and then see me at the hour down on Yamin and Yamin.
Right.
Just because that's just me. I don't look at it as no separation. So like that, and I guess that goes back into I got a different love for it.
Right.
A different love for the city and the people that's in it.
Or every kingpin, or every successful businessman, or every successful business owner, or even a person that made it out the ghetto with a 6-figure job would just invest back in the ghetto. Niggas, if it's still going on, niggas be selling dope and Ready Rock in a nice ass environment. But niggas won't be selling dope and Ready Rock because they got respect for you, and you. And if they do it, it's gonna be in their house, in the alley. It's not gonna be on Front Street. So I posted a video about that. Like, yo, my goal is to buy. I grew up Ricestown, Virginia, Libby Heights and Garrison all my life. You get what I'm saying? I'm from Northwest Baltimore. I don't get it twisted. My father whole family from Libby Heights and Garrison. My other whole family from Park Heights. I've been to both places. Can't tell me I ain't from neither block. You just can't do it. It's impossible. I've been there for you, both places. But my thing is, man, if I can get, just for me, 25 houses over Libby Heights and Garrison, 25 houses over in the Park Heights, I won. I beat the odds. I did what y'all said that we couldn't do. I own 50 houses, and 10 of these houses is going to the what they call the houses you go when you get out of jail. It's like rehab houses. But I had to go in one.
Houses.
No, they like halfway houses, but it's another word that they use for them.
Transition.
Transitional house. 10 of them going to the transitional house. 10 going for what you do, that assisted living thing. 30 of them going to Section 8. Yeah. That's just how I give it back with no problem. And then Taurus, he done got 50, 25. And Squirrel done got a Squirrel. Squirrel done got him in Canfield, everywhere he from, up in the. We own this shit.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? And that's how I met him doing that. And then we came out the next way, kind of find out he's a man with a couple pickup trucks. We got pickup trucks. We didn't have no help from the city. They wouldn't even fucking let us dump for free. We found the dump. We did what we had to do, and we got it done. And ever since then, I befriended this man. It's a good friend of mine. I respect what he doing, because what he doing, I always wanted to do when I was younger, but I didn't have the heart to do it because I was afraid of what the homies might think about me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, you don't smell talking about you clean up the community, trying to be on the news. That's some talent shit, bro. That's how the homies would be, because you be frightened to do things like that when you really want to do it. So I always like try to put trash. I done threw bottles in the street. I done littered 1,000,000 times, and I done picked that shit up 1,000,000 times. So when I met this man and seen how so young he was and ambition he was, man, I said, man, he got a future. And I told him in the alley when we was cleaning up what I said. Say, yo, if you don't even win, yo, don't never stop till you get in there. And that's how he became my man. So when you, what drives you outside of you growing up? You wanted to be a lawyer, etc. What drives you to keep going after the loss. Because, you know, after people get lost, they'll say, fuck this community. I build clientele for my business. I don't need it. But you still out this bitch cleaning up. We just did something with no excuses, passing out turkeys, and you brought the bread and a bunch of food package. You killing them. So what inspires you to keep going after losing the election?
To be honest, because it's not phony. I was doing this before I even thought about running for office, before that even came into my mind. My goal, I had a job. I had a 9-to-5. I had a good job. I was working down Port Covington, doing my legal work down Port Covington. You know, I was good. I mean, just working. But what drives me to continue to do work in the community, like I said, is not phony. Right. So I was cleaning up the community a year ago. I was making the news. A year ago, I was making, you know, the media from cleaning the community up before, like I said, before I even thought about it. So it's just a passion of mine, just being inside the community. So even after I lost the election, you know, it didn't stop because that's just me. That's just what I do. So, you know, I just have that drive just to continue to do it. And just even in our community, when you called me, I came the very next day.
Yes, you did.
I came the very next day, see what was going on.
I stood on my word.
Yeah.
You know,
we stood on the word. We linked up the very next day. I ain't even know y'all. I ain't know y'all from nothing. Right. But I said, you know, I'm running for office. Just the part of the district. Let me talk to these guys. These are some great guys to connect with. You know, that's like bringing like the streets to like somebody in a governmental aspect. That's like a connection to make the community better. Right. So, you know, I said, you know, let me reach out, talk to these guys, see what's going on. Boom, went over there, hollered at y'all. We set it up the next day, I think, or 2 days later.
The weekend.
Yeah, I think that 2 days later we did the cleanup. Nice.
And everybody that did the cleanup. I got my own business, English, waste removal. You got Barksdale Services. Saquon got Be More Electricity. My man Borzy got Big Head, Small Moving and Hauling.
All black-owned businesses.
And 306 has a cleaning service where you go in the hospital to clean up. So that was 7, and these ain't Fortune 500 companies. These 7 black businesses, and we cleaned up the whole hood. Yep. You get what I'm saying? That's how I met, and I appreciate that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I say keep it going, though. Yeah. Definitely. So what's your plans in the future for like the next 4 years before the next race?
Just continue to do work in the community. That's the biggest thing. Just continue to work in the community. Even just beyond just giving out food. I mean, cleaning up the community, but we also, you know, do the different food drives. Yeah. I got a great partner. I got to shout them out for my city, us. A great partner. Every month they doing at least 1 million pounds of food. By myself alone during this pandemic from the beginning of the year to I would say about July, I did 250,000 pounds of food.
Shout out to that, man. Shout out to that, my nigga. Shout out to that.
So, and we made, we got our flowers for it. We was on the billboards in New York for that. So like we really for that pandemic, you know, just putting food out in the community, cleaning the community up, providing these young men with jobs. You know, different guidances. And also, even on Instagram, I created the page Baltimore Jobs. Yeah. Baltimore Jobs, we had like 22,000 followers. So I hope this year alone, I can verify that I helped 300 people plus gain employment. 300
That's tough, especially in this pandemic.
Baltimore City residents gain employment just from my platform alone.
He gave me jobs, and I can say the man that line, you know, I call it dispatching. You know, when somebody that's in the hauling business, in the demolition, the cleanup business, they call you and say, man, my schedule tough. Go out here. You know, they got 300, they got 500 or whatever. Or work your price out when you get there with them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's the big thing. So Squirrel and Black, just give me, both of y'all, give me your, Squirrel, starting with you, give me your top 5 best memories from 92Q. Because before I cut you up, before you get into that, I'm going to let you know. I fucked it with V103 as a kid. I'm 40. As a kid, I fucked it with V103. Okay. Then 92Q came around. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Y'all had the Big Fat Morning Show, you know, Hoonigan Splash, K-Slay, Nikki Knight.
I wasn't on yet.
Oh, all right, Nikki Knight. So
I was just a holiday DJ. But we mixed so much on the holidays, I was always on. Because we used to mix 24 hours a day back then.
Yeah, I remember that.
That wasn't just no little...
And that was like in 06, 07.
Yeah.
When y'all was doing that.
No, that was before then. I'm talking
Black,
about...
and you was on a late night They had to catch you on the late. That's how much I've been listening, man. You had to catch you late night. You had the late night show.
I had the 2 to 6.
And then
2
you
to
had
6.
the fucking show if they was playing all repeats, you'll pop up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on it.
6.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
But
Go ahead and finish, bro.
yeah, I've been there for a long time.
Give me the top 5 memories, though.
Top 5 memories was
92 kid.
when Wu-Tang came up to the old building. They came in. It was a lot.
Niggas got a Wu-Tang
It was
story.
about like 30, 40 of them. They just bum rushed the old building, came upstairs, had Miss Tony, the little white security lady, scared to death. That was one.
Rest in peace, Miss Tony.
No, she ain't dead.
Oh, I thought you
No,
were
I'm
talking about
Big
Big
security.
Tony.
I'm talking
No,
about
he
the
don't
security.
know security, Miss Tony.
Oh, yeah, I thought you were
yeah.
talking about Big
DJ
Tony.
Big Tony.
No, Big Tony. Oh, yeah, no, rest in peace, Big Tony. Another time, Swift. Like, them times just being in there with Swift, anytime, because
Rest in peace, K.
she was always, like, ahead of the game. She was always doing social media and stuff, like Club Queen stuff, back when that shit wasn't even
Pop it.
thought of.
MySpace.
She would
Black
start the break and then go in the hallway, get her hair done, get her nails done, because she would go, because she was great, close the club down. Those were great times.
Gone too soon.
Probably like them beach bashes back in the day, like them type, like
Milford Swim Club and shit like
What?
that, yeah.
when Nelly
Yeah,
came and
yeah.
got booed for doing
Cutchy Grammar.
yeah, we didn't know what that
Yeah.
was back then. Ended
Yeah.
up being a hit,
Yeah.
but we didn't know what
Yeah.
it was.
Milford Swim Club, man.
They put some club on, they went nuts.
bananas.
Probably like the Q Awards. One of the first times I probably wore a tuxedo. But they bought us all tuxedos.
Hey,
We went to, I forgot where the place was, but they like had the awards. And I still wasn't like on yet though.
Right.
But I was on. But I got a tux, so it was kind of on. And just times off the air with Pork. Because radio was radio.
yeah.
But-
Pork is pork.
But off the air, we had an audience.
Don't that make you miss that y'all would have recorded that?
Nah, because it was one of them kind of like like once them gyms hit, they just, because it was every day. Because we not allowed to talk.
But you on what you take-
we not allowed to talk about politics like
Definitely.
New World Order, like conspiracy, black man health, like any sports, like how blacks talk about
They
it.
don't let
like,
you talk about that on supposed to be black radio? I never knew that.
Not to them extremes. We really, the music is the star. That's what they always told us. The music is the star. So, but
That's tough.
off the air, after we would do our breaks, boom, 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 we back and forth. When we shut them mics off, that's when like magic was made. Because we would just talk about anything, but we'd be passionate about whatever it was. And two learned black men sitting in a room with each other every night for 20-something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We just
Bonded.
learning each other and like teaching each other and growing and learning how to be men. Like just, cause we ain't, like in radio, it's not like they give you like a guide to how to do it, how to be successful, what to do with your money, what to just in there. So I would teach him the stuff that I learned from watching Frank. I got a nonprofit, the Squirrelwyde Foundation. I don't know what to do with it. I just know Frank got one, so I got one. Like how to treat people in public as a radio personality. We kind of like stars that don't come with no prep work or nothing. You just out there. So you get handouts. You got to learn not to take the handouts. Always pay. Like just learning from seeing niggas burn bridges. You know what I mean? So just like, so those things that I would learn from like trial and error watching. And so then I went to show Pork. And then we would just, the off-air stuff was priceless. Priceless.
Wow.
And he down the hall, and they put him in a little hole.
You
So
got
he couldn't
past
even,
the top 5. I love
no,
it.
like they,
know,
like
I'm
on the
over here.
plantation, they wouldn't let him, you know what I mean?
I'm
Like,
sitting over there like, okay, am I gonna really cut him, or am I gonna really cut him and say, all right, I have my top 5 happy moments, and then
I'm going to get to that. Don't take the show from me.
but,
Give
then I
me
have
your
my
best
top-
moments.
My top.
I want both.
Oh well, see, no, well,
I want
my bad.
both.
Well, then my bad. I was putting them together.
Yeah,
my
I put
top
them-
5
you can
good
go all
moments.
the way through.
But then I got my top 5 wild moments.
Oh boy.
I'm ready. Go with the wild moments. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you how I know that it was games played. And I'm going to tell you something. And this is never, man, me just handing you your flowers and me just showing how much I appreciate both of y'all. I remember times in the street official days, even when I got out of prison, man, you always tried. And you will have everything set up until we get there. And I can see the frustration in your face because some fucking body back behind that wall said you couldn't do it, and then coming back to your people, you still maintain your composure. You ain't say no old wild shit. You ain't even down the company because you know if niggas be like, man, these bitches, niggas be like, man, fuck 9 Black. We can go back there and rip all their equipment out. Anything. You kept it cool, saved your
Every
job.
time.
I'm glad
Every time.
you said that.
Yeah,
Because
like,
nobody believes
Yeah, that's
when
the truth.
niggas wanted to run through that
Yeah,
building
true
and
indeed.
really terrorize
Like, yo,
that
you
bitch.
caught us all the way up here.
I will
You be like,
always
yo,
be the one like,
you gotta
yo,
holler at
no,
Victor.
yo,
You gotta
Several
talk to
times.
him.
Can't do that,
Several
yo.
times.
Yeah.
But, all right,
and you saved that building because
Yes.
you came out and niggas respected you, so whatever you said was good as gold. So nobody got offended by what you said. Like, dang. And then, you know, after a while, it's just like, bro just don't got the pull in there. Yo, some crazy shit out there. And that's when motherfuckers ran to 88.9. Because they ain't had no filter to it. And that's why in 2020, radio is becoming to extinct like dinosaurs. And only thing that will be played is because the cost of radio will be cheaper and racist motherfuckers will have radio stations. Remember I told you, baseball, shit that motherfuckers want to hear, because us is being our 40s and 30s and motherfuckers in their 50s, they become 60s and 70s, so radio really means something to them. So you still got that clientele. But for the most people that's energizing for sponsors, ads, and shit, they come into the podcasts.
And Hooligan
You know what I'm
Express
saying?
Radio.
And they're going to come to Hooligan Express Radio.
Make sure y'all be on the lookout. We will have
Yeah.
the app
So-
that you can tap another phone and boom, you
Yeah,
got it.
listen, and we're
But-
going to get into that, but
all right, my wild moments.
your 5 wildest
all right.
moments.
And I know
can't wait to
Squirrel
hear
gonna
this.
laugh.
And Kenneth, roll this up
'Cause
one.
I
replace you
I
with
can
the
say
top.
I
Roll
can
me
come
up one, roll
clean
me
now.
up
My first wild moment was when Wayne leaned on Cole.
Lil Wayne?
Yeah.
Oh, this is legendary.
legendary,
Put this in the
man.
books. Tell me.
I missed
Legendary,
that.
man.
Wayne called. I can't remember. I know he ain't come, but he called in to do an interview, and there was something going on around him with females. And because it was Wayne, we all ran in there. Everybody in there listening, because again, it's Wayne.
Right.
So we all in there, you know, everybody in there quiet while Cole on the phone with him. So Cole did his job, but Cole asked him about whatever the female little drama that was going on. And Wayne played the look, homie, I ain't here for that. Woo, 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 woo. Yeah, I mean, let's keep it moving.
Right.
So, all right, everybody just like, wow, all right, we was gonna get it. Boom. I can't remember what, but only thing I remember was him saying, damn, homie, what you gay or something? And I tell you I wasn't here for that.
Yo,
Like,
what
he
the fuck?
came back at him
What the
and
fuck?
rephrased the question, and then Ad was boofed on him.
Dang.
And we all was looking like,
Dang.
you know how you be like, well,
Yeah.
I guess that's that.
Damn. It was that on the air?
Well,
They edited it.
we was recording it to be edited.
Okay.
See, he get all the fun stuff.
Yeah.
Me, I just work there. He know I walk straight out the door. Do my
My other moment was when Gates
Kevin Gates.
came in,
This is legendary on RAWDOPE podcast.
and I'm gonna say for everybody that was there, you can go back and look
Shout
at
out to
it.
Gates, the Muslim brother. Assalamu alaikum.
He aggressively scared somebody that day before the interview, and everybody saw it, and it was like, wow, like he really barked on somebody.
Do you think that was because he was in Baltimore and he know our rep?
No, I think it was more or less towards the person.
Oh, he was on man time.
Yeah,
Okay. With another man.
yeah,
Another man folded.
and
The other man folded. No fuck shit, no fake shit, no foolishness.
man folded.
Damn, where was you see all this shit?
Another wild moment. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put myself out there since I'm throwing everybody out there. Fuck,
That's
I'm gonna put
the
myself
third
out there.
one, the third
I'm gonna be real. My other wild moment was when we was down arena. When
What concert?
Young Boy.
Young Boy. Oh, this is the most
That was
recent.
kind of recent.
This recent. Well,
Since
not
within the
recent,
last
but
5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, within the last 5 years. Okay, it's cool.
And for whatever, I ain't gonna talk about the commotion of why they got riled up because of what happened behind the stage. But on stage, his music got messed up. And in front of, what arena hold? 12, capacity 14?
Yeah.
Yo turned around and pointed at me and twist like, what you fuck my music up? And I ain't have no choice but to be like, man, go ahead with that shit, man. And I don't know tough shit, but because again, you gotta remember, this young boy, and we on the jumbotron, my nigga. Like we on the jumbotron. And young boy turned around like
Yes.
everything, cause the DJ stopped or whatever happened with the music, his shit stopped.
And one young boy say,
And he turned around to me and Twist and tell you and point straight to us, yo, y'all fuck my music up? And I turned straight around like, man, go ahead with that shit, man. Because it wasn't like, all right, let's just say it go left. All right, yeah, I mean, it go left. But we on the jumbotron, my nigga. Yeah. And everybody looking. And it ain't like a regular beef where, yeah, I mean, all right, I can react on some nigga shit. Come on.
this young boy in
you
the and they
reacting
want all the smoke
in front of 14,000 people. Me trying to be the street nigga to respond versus the job I gotta keep.
You pay your bill.
And
on the jumbotron.
on the jumbotron, my nigga. It was nothing I could do. It was like, all right, go ahead with that shit, man. and I had to actually think, Black, he not really riled up at you. He riled up because of what just happened behind stage.
Okay.
And if you was there, you know what happened. Cause I don't want to speak on all that.
But you're on the jumbotron.
Yeah, I'm on the jumbotron. That's 3. 4 would be well, I can talk about this one now. Kamora Lee Simmons.
Oh my God. These niggas is fucking goats in Baltimore.
The only person that
These
was there
stories are incredible.
was back then I had a best friend named Hurricane. This is when we used to have our show, show called The Daily Buzz.
Yeah, I remember that.
OLB. We booked her to come in. When she first went on her book tour, right after her and when she first came into her, I guess her baby fat phase. So boom, we in there doing an interview. Boom. She comes at me like, hey, you cute. In mid-interview. Now, in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, the nigga side of me, damn, Black. Boy, I mean, a lot could come out of that situation. But the business side of me, Russell will have your ass blackballed for the rest of your career. And I ain't got to lie. Everybody can look up the interview if you don't believe me. So I backed off. Just on some, man, you ain't got a cute sister? And she like, no, I'm single. And I just played it off. Look the interview up and watch this. But hold on. But look, this ain't the killer part.
Come on.
The next day, my nigga, they announced the divorce.
Oh, man.
Oh, she already knew.
Do you know how mad out, man? What? Put me in the guest house, my nigga. You ain't got to put me out on Front Street.
Instagram and Twitter and shit wasn't popping.
But
She
Was
wanted to get some
Instagram and
revenge
Twitter
sex.
out?
everything was everything.
No, because what I'm saying is you wouldn't have lost it because you
Well,
could have jumped in
Instagram
the
wasn't.
DM.
I think it might have been.
Social media wasn't a big
Social media
platform.
was, yeah, but Instagram wasn't around. Twitter and MySpace and Facebook, all that was around.
Yeah, but it ain't like it is now where you can just jump in the DM.
Right? No.
That's legendary.
Yeah. All
What
right,
the
so that's
fuck?
4.
Wu-Tang stories.
My 5th
Come
one.
on, I love
Let me
her.
give y'all something real. 5th, wow. I'm gonna give him something real. I'm gonna go out with a bang on this one. Give me a second, hold on, cause I want this one. Crap, cause this one is somebody that's still in the industry now, and I think for legal reasons, I don't know if I can.
No
put this one
fuck
out
shit,
there.
no fake shit,
yo.
no foolishness.
This is what I do.
Anything you say can and will be
this is
used
what
against
I
you
will
on the
do.
internet.
This is what I will do.
But we
bro.
outside because we from Baltimore, nigga. Let's go.
I will tell you the story off camera,
All right.
and if you legally feel as though we can get away with it,
Oh, shit.
because I know this person, yeah, I mean, and it would be what? Yeah.
It can't be what, because it's like
No,
this.
We got city council on the board.
No, this is I'm talking A-list artists.
Bro, you've been in the
Coachella
fucking
artists.
bro, you've been in the game so fucking long.
So that's
you are
why
A-list.
No,
You are A-list host.
I'm gonna say
you are A-list public figure.
This person
is bigger than life.
is a person that should be like, yo, platinum artist.
He done did something with Hove.
And if I put it out there, I gotta make sure, cause I don't care. Cause it was other people in the room. And those people, oh well, but it was other people in the room.
Right.
And I'll put that on a part 2, where though I will come just for 30
Means
seconds.
there was a witness.
Here you go. If y'all don't believe me, boom. And I got the picture because we all took pictures afterwards, and you could look at my face and see the awkwardness in my face of why I was like,
Oh man.
But legally, I gotta tell you
Kenny.
off camera because
I would like to hear this.
the cease and desist would be coming. But all right, I'm gonna give you another wild moment real fast. I guess, and just because I don't want to hold everybody up, when they try to run up in the building, when we first got the new building, when Reggie did his I'm moving to Atlanta hocus pocus trip,
I remember that.
and them girls broke up in the building like, yo, I want my money back.
That was like his birthday, wasn't it? He had this big going away birthday
And
blowout.
a lot of
leaving.
people couldn't go.
And you ain't even go
and get
nowhere.
in. And them girls broke up in that building. That's what made us get the bulletproof glass and the
ain't
new
go
locks and
nowhere.
everything on the doors.
You ain't go nowhere. Yeah, that's
Wow.
I remember that.
That's a
Wow.
legendary 92.
That's some fucking 92Q moments. And shout out to 92Q because regardless, I always thought because, bro, I always wanted to be in this media shit. I always wanted to do it, and I always thought that 92Q didn't give the locals enough respect. And after a while dealing with Black, I can honestly say from street official to hung jury to the YBG shit, every situation, I know you niggas got to be in there because y'all in the streets. Y'all in the past clubs like Choices, Hammerjacks, Louis, Teamsters. Y'all at the fucking Shake and Bakes. Y'all at Rockin' Bowls. Y'all been there. All this shit is created in Baltimore, and y'all like local celebrities and niggas in your face. Yo, I thought when they came out with Rap Attack that at least 1 hour of Rap Attack would be dedicated to the locals. Every fucking way I play the locals.
Well, no, you got to realize, yo, all right, because I'm going to make my answer quick. My biggest pet peeve for it was niggas didn't have their business end together.
A lot of artists.
For artist side. For the radio side, they didn't know how to connect with, like that disconnect is there. It's like they don't know how to talk to a Ham because Ham ain't got a suit and Ham may not speak and sit up like this, you know what I mean? But a Black that was fortunate enough to work with them that can now say, all right, you know what? Come sit down with me and let me introduce you to Ham and let me be the door that connects y'all. And
Right.
you may not know, I know Ham got, and this is for hypothetical reasons only.
Yes.
I can maybe say Ham may got 50,000,
Right.
but you wouldn't know it because Ham just ain't that type person that even if he hypothetically had it, ain't gonna play, you ain't flashy.
Right. Not
But
at
they
all.
would know that. But Black can tell you because I really know you. Nah, man, this
Yeah.
is somebody you really need to get with.
Yeah.
Or even with bro, with his situation. And that's where that goes at.
Absolutely.
They don't have enough people in situations now that can, because the days of people up here and people down here don't exist no more.
Right.
It's either you in or you out. But the majority of the people that's out want to be in, but they just don't know how to transition. And the people that's in want to bring them in, but they don't know how to communicate with them to transition them in.
Right.
And like for me personally, people don't know how to accept us from, everybody's not going to be, for me, my biggest thing was like they used to always tell me, I don't fit the mold. What do you mean? Anybody, how can I not fit Baltimore?
Yeah.
You telling me
fucking
I
lie.
don't fit Baltimore?
That's a fucking lie.
But if you got a bunch of people that may or may not be from Baltimore, okay, I get that. Now, if you tell me we're trying to take it from Baltimore and there, okay, well then tell me what I need to fit that mold. But just don't tell me no, because again, how can you tell me I don't fit Baltimore if you not? Because from where I'm standing, everybody look like me. But again, if you're not from there, you don't understand it. That's why I said in the beginning.
He hit it
for
on
me,
the head. If you're not from there,
you don't understand.
I learned my biggest lesson was political because it made me understand politics.
Right.
Coming from, I didn't have no person, like he said, ain't no manual with this shit. We come in for whatever reason, and I equate just like with rappers, yo. Rappers got a 10-year lifespan, just like us. You got 5 years for whatever you're gonna do to get you hot, and then 5 years to make it off of whatever you did to get you hot, and duck whatever you did to get hot.
And that's bullshit because
No, it ain't.
rock and roll, country music, gospel music, they do music till they die.
Now watch this. I'ma give rock and roll only because they have more legendary status that they built just because that's that.
Not
but for
better
gospel,
than hip hop.
gospel falls behind us now too. Because you gotta remember, all right, outside of the old school choirs, who do you remember that had a 10 years span in gospel? Name somebody.
Andre Crouch, Kirk Franklin.
And they all come from choirs.
The Winans family.
They
I
all
could go
come
to
from
list
choirs.
goes on.
The
Yeah, they
choirs
come
don't
from
exist
choirs.
no more.
No, and then Kanye West got the
And
Sunday
he has
service.
a choir.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, gospel dudes that make gospel music will always work because it's always
No,
a church.
the music will.
You know what I mean?
The
But so you
artist
always
is no
make money on
different.
the road.
The artist is no, and rappers do the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you get your 10 years in where it's lights, camera, action.
But, I mean, really-
But you get a
but-
lifetime in
but that's
where
all
you
I'm
can still
addressing.
make money off your name.
Oh yeah, but I'm only
Like
addressing the
Slick Rick,
10
but
years.
see, most
But-
of them don't own their name.
Right, but see, that's why I
Nowadays,
said.
nowadays.
That's why I said for
Yeah.
us, the 10 years, we not no different. We get 5 years to perfect whatever it is that they coming at us for to say, hey, we want you because we feel as though you have that. But then you also got 5 years to capitalize off of it. Now, for me being somebody that came from, and I hate to say the streets, but from the streets, because I didn't have no manual coming in this shit. I ain't never had, I came from what I came from. I came into a business world with no knowledge except for the hustle that I grew up in the streets. So when I'm going into them meetings and they like, well, we need to do this, and I'm like, but if the wall is gray, why we can't just call it gray? And they like, no, Black, we gotta call it off-white, and we're gonna try and make it gray.
And that's kind of
And
how the
I'm
music
like,
was.
what?
Like with mixed lists.
like,
and
what
we
do
had
you mean?
lists.
And I can't, cause now I gotta come back to Ham, and Ham like, well, Black, all right, we was just there, yo. We trying to paint the building. We seen that it's gray, but y'all might need another color. Now I gotta tell you, well, Ham is not gray. It's white. That's what they told me. And you looking at me like, Black, what? And I gotta, however, finesse it.
Yeah, but see, that was the problem existing in the culture when y'all first started.
What do you mean started? It's still here now.
No, listen to me, Black. What it is, and you gotta notice this: the difference between Wu-Tang and A Boogie with the Hoodie is that when you looked at their videos, they was just like me and you. Now, listen, now when you look at A Boogie with the Hoodie video, he got everything that you imagine that you could have because he's making more money. Remember?
No, that's what sells, my nigga.
No, listen.
I'm telling you.
And listen, imagine to today if the label dropped A Boogie with the Hoodie, say, we ain't fucking with you, goodbye. A Boogie on the hood, A Boogie with the Hoodie gonna get $50,000 to 70, from $50,000 to $100,000 a night off the hits he made already. Back then, when y'all first started, it wasn't more. Y'all didn't
Wu
have a lot
wasn't
of
getting
creative
that.
control.
All right, hold on, watch this.
I
Now
don't think
you
Wu
do
was
something,
getting
you got
This is
creative control
a
now.
disclaimer, no disrespect to the example I'm going to use.
Yeah, go ahead.
Shy Glizzy. Look at his videos when he had the machine versus when he stood up for himself.
It was for
And
300,
listen,
right?
But guess
Yeah.
what? Guess what?
There's a difference, my nigga.
Shy
Even-
Glizzy still Shy Glizzy. After the label, we know this. Big corporations beat
So
you down.
it is what it is.
The goal is, I'm gonna use y'all for example for what I think as a younger guy. Hit me out, Black.
Right.
And this should make sense to you. As a younger guy, y'all gave y'all loyalty and y'all respect to 92Q for 20 years. Let's just use that number.
All right.
After that 20 years, Squirrel said the key in this whole interview, I learned everything. So 20 years, I had to take this abuse, or I had to take all this fucking over. But 20 years later, going into 30 or 40 years now, I know the game, and I become who I was meant to be. You learn.
Right.
You got a goddamn doctor's degree in the program.
Right.
Yes.
So all you can do is run it up.
Right.
Back then, motherfuckers wasn't allowed because nobody could break the Da Vinci Code. Times is changing. The code is broken.
All right, now
Once
watch
you
this. For me, and I gotta
feel
go
like
back
you
to
more bigger now than you was when you was 92Q. You more bigger now. You global now, nigga.
well, no, only because now I put more of it out there. Cause I've been doing out of town.
But you don't gotta go punch in no more. So Black
see,
can go in everywhere
but
you wanna go.
no, because again, from an extent of I don't have to screen what I do anymore. That's the only thing.
Hiding it, right? That's what you
No, hiding it. Because
protect what you say and do.
there you go.
Cause now you got creative control of your own career.
Freedom.
Yes.
And
No,
that's
because
what-
I had it then. It's just that I couldn't. How can I put it, Joe? It's
Bro,
like
you couldn't walk me in the back office of 92Q, but you can walk me back at any fucking club you in. That's the difference between now and then.
well, yeah, but I know because I even walked y'all in there.
No, but we got to that wall and they did some bullshit.
Right, but I mean, I still walked y'all in there. That's why I said for me,
Yeah.
for me,
Please don't get daddy.
it's still the same for me because I never change. It's always everything I'm doing now. I was doing then. Only difference now is that
You global.
the bigger shadow is not there. To the world, everybody could only see here, but I was already still doing. Motherfuckers don't understand, yo. When I was doing Cameron, and when Old Boy first came out in the clips,
Right.
I was one of the promoters. I got booked to organize the show that bought them when they first dropped that single.
Right.
When Patapsco Arena first opened up to do black venues.
You deserve that.
No, but what I'm saying is I always been doing it. It's just that because 92Q was the bigger piece on my resume, that's all everybody could see. Now that it's not there,
Creative control.
no, that ain't creative. No, that's not creative control. Is meaning you can now do it, but you couldn't do it then. I was doing it then. It's just that it's like prime example. If you take away that light, you can see the stuff behind me because the shadows is gone. That light was 92Q. And I don't want to say it was bad or fucking good. I'm just saying it's just the light. You know what I mean? But because that's like if I walk in right now with Jay-Z, I could walk in with goddamn $100,000 pasted on me. Excuse my language, with my dick out. But they still gonna see Jay-Z first.
Right.
But now, again, if I eliminate Jay-Z and walk in that same way, now it's gonna be, oh shit, this nigga got 100,000, blah, 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 blah. You feel what I'm saying? So it's not a thing of, I always had creative control. 'Cause
I wouldn't say creative
just that
control.
niggas-
You in control of your own destiny without nobody
Yeah.
to answer to.
Yeah, I don't gotta-
because
there you go.
You had to
Yeah.
conduct yourself in a certain manner working for 92Q because you couldn't be in the public eyes getting in a fight because you get fired. If you get in something with some girls in a fight and you had to smack a chick, men don't do that. But if you had to, you in the public eye. So everybody reporting to 92Q because they think it's a lawsuit. Now it's Black the CEO, international Black for himself. But now you have the game when y'all start Hooligan Radio, which is gonna be legendary, and it's the next big thing of 20 years. We'll put y'all guys in y'all 60s. And then you still exist in 20 years. That's what I'm saying. When we work and you work hard, you only supposed to work on, that's why they say in 20 years, retire. They want you to go to college until you 22, 23, and then by the time you 45, you supposed to retire and start your own business. You in the best phase of your life because you work for yourself.
Oh, yeah. Now, from that aspect, I
Yeah,
give you
that's
that.
what I was saying. You
Oh,
work
yeah,
for
yeah,
yourself,
from that aspect,
and now,
I got a story now.
When Black, now you ain't gonna be saying, hold up, yo, this ain't go right. You gonna be saying, yo, Why you ain't show up on time? I ain't got time. Me and Squirrel going to ask
Yeah.
for this. Y'all pay for this. The back end hours we ain't playing. Now you know how to handle
I earned it
because
now.
you learned. You earned your spot.
Yeah.
You legendary. You was legendary when they gave you the job. Squirrel was legendary when he gave him the job. And these stories are undocumented. Motherfuckers appreciate y'all, man. Who the fuck been in the game as long as y'all, man, that can still go out here and make a bag, pay a mortgage, pay a car note off of what you love to do?
Well, that's why I say
Yeah.
now I can actually say and talk about certain stories and situations because the bigger shadow isn't there.
It's gone.
That's all. It wasn't like I still wasn't, because everybody know I moved the same way I've been moving for
Been moved. That's a
43
fact.
years.
That's a fact.
Like ain't no
that's a fact.
budget in how I move.
That's a fact.
And
That's a
if I
fact.
can't move, I'm just gonna tell you I
That's
can't
a fact.
move.
That's a
but
fact.
I'm going to. But for me, that's why I said for me, my biggest struggle in all that was learning how to, again, coming from the streets all my life that people didn't know. Cause and like this is something I go through now. Where because I've been in it going on 20 years, all right, for where life is now, half these kids is 20. So they don't know that, all right, before Black was here, I was there. Because now everybody respect this. When shorty, I did that. And I did it probably 20 times better than you and you will ever do. But because I don't talk about it, but now I can.
Facts.
Because like somebody told me, and I can put it out there, Stokey told me once. That story need to be out there. Because the motherfucker need to be able to see that, okay, Kenny know. Take it back to goddamn Dirt Hill.
Yeah.
My first fight, and I don't even know if Kenny know the story. You might even know the story. My first fight round the way was up Dirt Hill, me, Danny, Gaylord, and Ramasia. And we was up there hooping, and I was sticking Danny, and I kept burning him back then, as we said. And yo told me if I burned him again, he was gonna punch me in my mouth. And I already knew y'all all they was the three amigos back then. I already know, yeah, I mean, if I swing, it is what it is. But however, I can't remember how it played out, but yeah, I mean, I always been me, yo.
I respect that. I respect that.
And like even with them, we love each other to death now. I still see
respect
Gaylord, everybody, you know what I mean? I don't know. I think for me, my life has really been pre-written. And I'm really just living it out. Yeah. That's why I can't change nothing about
I love it. I love
my
it.
life, the situation, me, or even the people in it. As much as I may try for like, for my biggest thing I hated, and I don't know, Squirrel could probably attest to this. I was told for 19 years at the station, I had to not be me, but be me. And I could never figure that shit out. Like, not Randy did. What's the old boy name with the pretty eyes from DC?
Donnie
Simpson. When he retired the first time, yo wrote a letter and said, they paid me $1 million to be me, but then tried to tell me how to be me. And I said this on the other report we did with you. I could never figure that shit out.
Yeah.
They were always, that was my big, I don't know how, but now, because I don't have the shadow, I ain't got to figure it out. I can honestly now say I earned the right to be who I am, take me or leave me, but best believe you gonna hurt before I hurt. Because I earned it now. And I don't owe nobody for that. And I ain't letting nobody take that away from me.
I respect that. I respect that 100%, bro. So Squirrelwyde, what's next for you?
Radio.
Squirrelwyde Radio.
Hooligan Express
Hooligan Express.
Radio. Everything I learned, I'm trying to do it on my own platform now. Help the same people out that I was bringing in. I was bringing in everybody anyway.
Right.
I was doing the book club. I was doing the round way of the day. That was my platform to bring in everybody.
So you think doing radio will be the platform? Because I honestly think, Squirrel, no bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm a younger guy. You know, so I'm a fan of yours. You're the OG in the business, and I'm honored to be sitting here on this mic talking to you. I got the utmost respect for you.
Man, look at Karma, yo.
And listen.
You interviewing.
Yeah.
You grew up
Wanting to be interviewed. I grew up wanting to be interviewed. Then I
Damn.
got the honor to interview you. So that's the way
It was
Allah
written.
worked it out. That's the way it was written.
It was
but
written.
what I'm saying to you, with Hooligan Radio, I honestly, man, you know, I'm not a hater, and anything I could teach one, reach one. Man, I think honestly, man, Hooligan Express, it got to be like the podcast or blog.
Yeah. It's
gotta
a station. It's a station, but you can hit the live button and also see.
Yeah,
or you can stream. You can either stream it like a radio station.
Yeah.
Or you can click the button and go live and actually see it. So those commercials like in Cashland on the dirt bike, you're gonna be able to see the commercials. This is
all right.
This is
This
the
is
way
a real
radio.
station.
This is the
A
way
virtual
radio is
station.
gonna be moving forward.
All right.
We creating a blueprint of how radio is gonna move forward in 2021.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
A
an
virtual-
app. It's gonna be stream music, just
Like
like a station.
Well, I
But you
wanna
can
see
also
what my
click
name is.
live.
But we would get Hooligan Radio 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
Yes. But
And
when
we
we
would
start,
get different shows.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
all
But when we start off,
We just
we're
doing
gonna take
weekends.
over the weekend, and we're gonna take over the weekend with all Baltimore music, just to let people Baltimore is. We're gonna have all the hits, all Baltimore, just to take over the weekend
Yes!
to launch the station.
Because the thing is, we not just throwing
You
content
got
out
damn
there.
right.
We
Yes.
actually are going to get the numbers to prove we're
Yes.
expanding outside of the weekend.
And I want to be. I just want to be. I gotta
Yes,
be.
but
a
you know,
no,
we're
we got
starting with
all-
baby
yeah,
steps.
no,
That's
we
why
got
we start by
all
taking over the
content.
weekend. But
Right.
eventually, we're gonna have a morning show.
All
It's
content
gonna
is
be
welcome.
but it's
I'll
gonna
be
be
there
all
every
us.
weekend. I'll be there every weekend. And
You can have a show. It's
We have
gonna
a
be
show on there. Bro. We
trying to
just
help sponsor.
we
like,
just
to get
throwing the oop
sponsors.
to everybody.
Yep.
And it's like we got me and Squirrel. I got one side is a full court. I got one side. He got the other side. And we got a line of whoever want to get in line to dump, just get in line. And we just throwing the oop all day. That's all we doing.
Camera
coming
work
in.
in the street while he out
Hey,
at
that's-
these COVID parties.
That's
we'll
all
have a
we doing.
camera on him.
So
Live
any
bro-
content,
Yeah.
whether it be you, whether it be you, whether even me, Squirrel, we gonna be on there.
love
We actually gonna have our show content on there.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring the
we got
express back
content,
out.
yeah.
I'm gonna be
We
picking
got
people
content.
back up.
We just say,
Yeah.
we got stuff in the bag. Trust.
But
We got
it's
stuff
really
in the bag.
trying to build a
We
spot
need it.
for these youth to like start seeing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get in.
The platform.
You can get on our radio. It's not like it used to be. You can if you're up and coming new podcast and they want to get underneath of your wing.
Yeah.
Right.
They can do stuff like that, and we're just having a platform for them. Bomb City Clothing Line, like just us, all the restaurants around way, all of the authors. I was doing the book club. They gonna come back. Like we ain't miss a beat. Like
You ain't gotta
just-
reach for the stars no more. You can reach right on the block now.
Yep.
And Baltimore deserve that, and y'all deserve to be the leaders of the pack with that.
But watch this. Even though you only gotta reach us on the block, it's global.
That's what we talking about. Gonna go
You
over
can
with
tap
this
the app from anywhere.
That's the way it's moving forward.
That's what
Yeah.
people not
the way
understanding.
the world moving.
And for my artists, you get PDS.
Yes. That's what's taking a little bit of time with the ASCAP and the BMI. We're not playing.
We not
We're not
playing.
I knew all the things that I wanted to change while I was in there that I couldn't. I can do that now.
I respect
We
that.
legit all the way around. So again, we just the platform for everybody to springboard off of. Bro.
Whatever you want to do now.
Whatever you want to do, period. We there.
Fact. So, Barksdale, what do you think about the new people that's in office? Because it's pretty much a younger Baltimore. And just give me your feedback on that. And what's next for you running in the next 45, 44 months?
Yeah, before we jump to that, I just want to just shoot over to the music thing one more time. Cause I ain't,
Yeah. Give them their flowers.
I ain't no musical
Give 'em they
artist,
Bel
but
Air.
I'm with the legends right now. It's a
Yeah,
connection.
that's what I'm saying. They legends.
Yeah,
And
legends.
listen, let me say this. They are fucking legends, and I want them to appreciate it. So for like the first time on my podcast, well, Black, this is the second time he's alumni, I'm just giving them their flowers. I'm giving them their Bel Air. I'm dropping my tears right here. And bro, it ain't no funeral because it's honorable. Y'all men are honorable. Y'all put on for our fucking city. And due to the politics and the fucked up shit that our culture been going through for hundreds of years, it just be fucked up. And y'all don't gotta say it without saying it. But y'all, I know where y'all get your blood, sweat, and tears because we listen to it.
Right.
Right, Barksdale? We listen to it.
goddamn right. Yes.
We
Shit,
grew
we
up
ran
off
away.
of 92Q. We grew off of V103, and these guys were up front of the community. You see the 92Q van, you get tickets. You do this shit. These guys was in the mud. And Barksdale, I just appreciate you saying that because I want y'all to know that. There's a lot of people that honor y'all.
Legends.
Sometimes the most good people and the most charitable people don't be millionaires, don't be billionaires.
You know what's so funny though? They say you never get your roses till after you die. In a sense, we did die because we died there, but we came alive here.
Thank you.
So that's why we're getting our roses now. And it's a
Yeah.
shame that for what everybody looked up to, for what they thought, we couldn't get our roses there. Wow. But now we get them.
Facts.
Like
Everything happens for
No
a reason.
fucks.
There's the legends right here. Like I'm sitting with, this is the music scene of Baltimore right here.
Yeah.
If you want to get in and talk to these guys right here, they got me want to be on my CEO, Suge Knight.
Yeah, come on, help.
CEO,
Help.
open up a label type of thing. So
Help.
trying to
Please
get
help.
guys in type of thing.
Please
Like,
help.
But
how
that's the biggest
I'm
thing about the
feeling.
platform. You can come in now because you may bring another extension to the station or to the app or whatever, and boom.
Please help. These kids need help, and
Yeah.
and you know what? They want to be rappers.
Right.
We could do the Barksdale hour.
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah, man.
So
we-
Barksdale,
we-
what do you think about the new everybody in office? They purposely under 50 years old.
Right.
You know,
That's
you
a
know,
good thing.
Brandon,
I know-
the mayor. So let's just talk a little bit about
Look,
that.
one more, but before we get to that, one more thing. And another thing why I can salute to them, because I kind of feel that same situation as being self-made, as being self-employed. Like I said, before I became a candidate for city council, I had a 9-to-5 job. When I became a candidate for city council, I quit my job. Something I never did in my life, never been without a job. So I put everything on my business. So I put my life on my business. I said, I'm gonna see if I can survive off of this. Survive through a pandemic just off my business. So, just quitting my job, jumping into the political aspect of things, it put me in another space of life that I never seen before. And that's kind of the connection that I can see.
Being
with them.
alive.
Being
Yes.
alive, they experiencing another different side of life of
Right.
being free
Right.
on your own time.
Yes.
So but how I feel, let me switch over now. How I feel about the new aspect, how the new generation of being in city government, I feel the same way how I feel even about the old generation. Whether you young or old, if you don't got a real heart for the community, ain't nothing gonna change.
So you feel they don't got a real heart for the community?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like Brandon Scott, he the mayor right now. We got to give him a chance. I'm just saying, we got to see how they get the budgets out. We got a Baltimore City Police Department getting $500 million a year. Our school system not getting $500 million a year. Our youth, our single mothers, our families, they're not getting they're not benefiting off of the police department getting $500 million a year.
That's crazy.
So, when I talk about, I don't care if it's the younger generation or the older generation, if you're not allocating those funds, if you're not allocating those resources to our community, whether you're young or old, you're not for us. So, we gotta see. And we're gonna see the budget is already set. Jack Young set the budget for this year. So 2022, we're gonna see what Brandon Scott does to the budget. So, based on what they do to the budget, we're going to see how people really feel about our community. So, that's how I feel about it. I can't really say because it's really our first time really seeing like a young generation in government.
Everything is new. Everything is new.
Everything
I
is
think
new.
I hope he do right.
Right.
Because we know where he lives. I'm not saying we know it, but like he from really
Park Heights. He from Park Heights.
right.
So
So,
he
like,
knows
come
what's
on
up.
now. But
Park Heights.
one thing I do know is the people it's the behind the scenes. Until that change, it don't kind of matter
Politics
who.
is politics.
Yeah, it don't
Right.
matter kind of
Crazy.
who the face is. Same with the president.
Yeah.
Kind of don't matter who the face is when Big Pharma running there. Like
Real talk. So, and that's even how I come in. Like, I really, as a political candidate, I had really no strong back end. I really had no of those guys that's really funding people, controlling things behind me. I'm coming in just as a regular citizen, caring about my community. And that's how I'm going to keep it. I don't really need no funding from these big political guys, especially
we can
when
do it ourselves.
I was just about to say, especially when I'm connecting with hitters like this. These are people really big players in the city.
Right.
So, we can really change things up. And, especially when you're dealing with somebody that's genuine.
Yeah.
Like I said, man,
Facts.
Squirrelwyde, we linked the whole year ago when I was working with the Squeegee Boys, something with them. So Squirrelwyde, we going to know Squirrelwyde, his platform he creating is going to blow up.
It's going to blow up, Squirrel. You deserve it.
And Squirrel,
But it
You
only
deserve
gonna
it.
blow up with y'all help. Like it's
Yeah,
not a,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah,
a me
yeah.
thing.
You got
it's
the-
it's
It's a us thing.
because that's the only way we're gonna win. Like for real, the only way we're gonna win is gonna have to be kind of all hands
Bro,
on deck.
I'm
Like,
with you.
for real.
So
Like,
make sure y'all check
especially
us
to
out,
change-
hooliganexpressradio.com.
Especially to change like the culture like to really with these like with the youth and like really help them like the way they really need to be helped. Like it's gonna have to be all hands on deck because they cheating.
Yeah.
Like they really are
So, hold
cheating
up.
with the budgets and the money. So we are gonna have to.
Can I just put a question out there to the floor then? Because he just said it ain't gonna change until we change it.
Right.
Is it until we change it or they change it?
For me, it's all about us.
And I mean
think
for
it's
Baltimore.
For Baltimore, it's all about us.
I think it's us
Just go
because we the people. We the people. People like in politics, and I be thinking to myself, like, how are these people getting elected? These people not popular. People don't really know these people. But when you think about it, it's really these older, you know, the seniors that's voting. So like we got the younger generation. You know, we can tell these younger people get registered to vote, start voting. That's all it really takes. We got the people. Look, but when I'm talking to them as like they want to be their own boss. Period.
Right.
So when I'm saying you want to be your own boss, bro, get a pickup truck. You get a pickup truck.
Yes.
You can change yourself from being a worker to a boss instantly.
now,
all right, look, if you
that's
can't,
different.
if you can't buy it on your own, it's
what
5
I'm
of y'all
saying,
on this block every day. 5 of y'all on this block every day. By the end of the month, y'all can save up enough money to become a boss.
Now watch this. I'm gonna tell you a story that just happened to me, not even a month ago. And this is why I keep saying the ignorance of the city until you change the mindsets, nothing else matters.
I agree.
Everybody know where I used to live at. I was babysitting my daughter's house, right? All the little dudes around there know me. I bought like 5 cases of water for, we were supposed to sell them at the club, but something happened that we didn't, right? So boom, that whole week I got the waters in the van, riding around with them. Now it just so happens that week, because we, I don't know why, I just end up giving away a bunch of stuff. A bunch of clothes and shit, right? So boom, I come back, see the same kids. Yo, I got 5 cases of waters. It's like 30 to a case. I'ma give them to y'all. Just give me like $25 when really I wasn't worried about the money. I just wanted to give them something that they had to give me back so they could understand the trade of it.
Right.
Boom. Out of 5, only 1 said he would do it. The rest of man, black, I'm good. Yo, I ain't fucking with that shit. So I'm like, now when I was giving away the clothes, everybody was down.
Yeah.
Right.
But when I said here goes some waters now, it's 5 cases at 30 cases. That's like $150, 200 off the rip. Right? Do you know the one little kid that took the waters? I left maybe 2 o'clock, came back 10 o'clock that night. By 10 o'clock, they rode Shorty so bad about not wanting to be on the block with them that Shorty sold maybe half a case, got frustrated, put the waters up, went back down on the block, got locked up.
I understand.
You know how we can
So
fix
again,
that?
that's why
you know how we fix that?
The ignorance is what's going to kill us.
And guess what? That's gonna be there. But you know what you
Get the
gotta do?
opportunity.
You gotta lead by example.
Right.
We ain't ignorant. I'm
No,
not getting there. And
'cause-
then if you don't follow like in the movement and people trying to help, then you're just gonna fall by the wayside. That's just how the world is going. Everybody ain't gonna come along. But if you are
then we
trying to
giving up
change
on
it,
them?
if you are trying to change yourself, we here.
So we giving up
here.
on them then.
Black, I'm about to tell you.
I ain't giving
another-
up on nobody. If you want to change yourself and get along, we here.
So what do you say to the little kid? And this is why I say
It's
because I'm out
called
here with him.
leading by example.
Because
Not
not every
everybody-
motherfucker know I ain't in the streets no more. Ain't trying to think about it. Ain't doing it. Ain't yeah to me. But I know little kids that respect me enough. All right, that's all Shorty know. 9, 10, 11, 12 years old. That's all they know. And I can't get mad at Shorty because that's all he know, because that's all he know. Like a motherfucker just told me recently. And I say this towards the females, because I always ask myself, yo, we had this conversation the other day, why is it that so many females is getting clipped, whatever. And I said, because these females is out here active just as much as the dudes is. Yeah, I mean, mama, you can't get mad if that person don't know. Mama can't tell you what mama didn't know.
right, but
And mama ain't there, and mama didn't know to tell them. So-
you can't give up on them. That's
No,
having
that's what I'm
hope.
saying.
That's having
so
no
that's what I
hope.
just said. But no, you just said they're gonna
But-
die off. I'm saying,
But you can't.
How
you
do
can't-
we get to
you
that?
can't grab. But what I'm saying is you can't grab everybody. You got to grab as many as you can. And the ones that fall by the wayside, like you don't want them to fall by the wayside, but it's just
And
you
it,
can't.
and it also
Yeah.
depends when you grab them. If you grab somebody been in the streets probably 6 months and already seeing that money, it's hard to pull them back already. and this is what I was gonna propose to you. You say the government don't play an aspect in it. You know, right now.
No.
Look,
I didn't
look,
say they don't play an
look,
aspect. I was just saying from the aspect of when you eliminate all the fat and get back to the core,
look, that's
it
what I'm
starts with this and then other.
That's why I say education. I keep education my number one thing. When you ride around Baltimore City right now, you see all the construction going on right now.
Right.
How many of our young black men that live in Baltimore City is working those construction jobs?
I agree.
Probably
And
none.
Why did they take those trades, those programs out of our school?
On purpose.
On purpose.
Right.
We got a $3 billion industry right now in Baltimore City to fix our utilities. 80% of the work going to out-of-towners.
Right.
We got one black prime contractor in Baltimore City.
That's my buddy because he's doing all the fire hydrants.
One.
What up, Lance?
One. So, like, when we talk about the resources, the money, the equity, trying to build generational wealth, we got to fight for it.
That's on a different level, though. I'm talking about.
But then when they start seeing it, that,
Yeah.
that's that leading
Right.
by example that I was kind of talking
not
about.
on a different level.
And you only see what you want to see.
Yeah.
And when you be like, dang, that black man, I remember when he was on the strip. He got a house now.
There you go.
He got a truck now.
what you
Look,
I want to
look,
see how he
perfect
can.
example.
But how many of
Perfect
us as
example.
black
Lightning,
men is
look,
willing
Look,
to take
Lightning,
that
Lightning,
walk?
Lightning,
A lot.
Electric, Baltimore City, Lightning Electric.
Yeah.
He did 25 years.
No, he didn't do 25 years. He had 25 years.
He did enough though.
You know
he
what I
came
mean?
home,
Yeah.
became an entrepreneur, became his own boss.
Yeah,
Perfect
facts.
example. We need to see more guys like that in our community.
And that might not inspire 100 people,
Right.
but it
No, I'm
inspired
with y'all
one.
on that. I'm
It
with
inspired
y'all.
one
I'm
or
with
two.
y'all on
Yeah.
all that.
And once you
just
keep
trying to
doing that,
get
it starts spreading. It's
Yeah.
just
I'm just trying
bad
to
spread
spark it.
just like good. Spread bad just like
That's
good.
why I
So
say I got hope, because we got guys out here doing it and we see the issues. That's the issue when I ride
Yes.
around and don't see my men on these jobs in your community. You on your block. You should be working that job.
Yep.
That's the issue that I see.
I also think the
That
police should be like that too.
Even the police. What we see our police doing, they sitting in
If
the
you
car.
live where you got the police,
Look,
you're going to police
and
different.
And I'm glad you said that. In our high schools, why we don't have cadets? Why we not recruiting cadets right now from our seniors, from our juniors in high school? Right now, police officers, they making $60,000 a year, and we ain't even counting overtime that you can get
I gotta
about
go get you on
$30,000 a
that
year.
one.
Yeah, I might
I only because
the law enforcement is
The
so
law,
crooked
yeah, it's
from
so-
top
I
to
don't-
bottom.
now,
They got
I'm
the
saying- hold on.
Look,
'Cause
my
I got
son,
family
Look, my
that's-
son's 6 years old. You can't tell a 6-year-old. You probably some that experienced it, but not all of them. You can't tell a 6-year-old don't become a police officer.
We might have to bring in the nation.
I'm
Yeah,
not
I'm
going.
saying it depends what they see.
We might have to
I'm not
bring in the
going. I'm
nation.
not going to
What they
say
see. It depends what they
not
see.
not to go that way,
I might
but
go
I'm
over
not
NOI.
going to encourage it, and only because
But why
in
wouldn't
the
you encourage
climate.
it? They could be the ones that change it. You come from that climate. You see what your father went through. You see what your grandfather
But in this
went through.
climate,
Ooh,
I
that's
don't
about
even
the
know-
closest thing to slavery.
Yeah, because I don't even know.
Policing
if-
is about the
I
closest
want
thing
to
to
say that though, because when you look at police officers, you starting off $60,000 a year, but at the end
But
of the
see,
year,
all right,
you damn
I'm
near
just-
at
you
looking
100,000.
at the
I'm just saying,
numbers.
like
That's
the
what they see.
corruption that
But
they do
that-
throughout,
right, I'm
like
about
they
to
cut
say,
my face. Like
'cause
that's a rough
the one
sell.
thing we
That's a
can't
rough
get
sell.
around is
That's a rough
they're
sell.
locking up niggas.
Yeah.
But look,
No matter how you get around it. And I don't know if I can
Yeah, I think that-
approve
Nation
and
of
push my
Islam.
son to now. If he just so happens to do it,
I feel you on
okay,
that. I feel
I'm
you
gonna
on
love you because that's my child. But I'm not gonna be the one in the
Look,
background.
just for the
rallying
history
for
of
it.
just
I
because
ain't
of the
saying,
history
I'm
of
not saying
policing.
pushing it. I'm just saying giving high schoolers, giving people in that position the opportunity to possibly want it. Not saying pushing
I
it,
ain't listening.
but like say if that police came to your high school and just said, you know, you got this opportunity right here to start off as a cadet, making $40,000
No,
a
I
year. You
understand
Only
what
thing
you're
that come
saying.
with whipping niggas ass though. I don't know if I'm
Yeah,
that's sort of
I get
resume.
what you're
Whoop
saying
niggas
in
ass.
hindsight, as far as the opportunity, but for me, experiencing everything that I have experienced,
I never
and
had a good encounter with
the-
police.
So look,
Never.
I'm gonna give it to
state
y'all. I'm gonna
of
give
right
it to y'all
now,
like this then.
I don't know if I would encourage
I feel you.
a black man or that of any man to become a police
I'ma give it to you
because
like
of the
that then.
state of
All right.
what we are now.
Squirrel, you just said you'd rather have our police that come from us, you know.
I know where you ready to go.
So, like, who would you rather have policing us? Us or, you know, some white guy from PA in the woods?
And that's
from
and
the
that's
VA?
and that's why I have a problem, because that is the history of the force.
Yeah.
Cause hold up,
Even if they not actually have
Yeah.
the they them and they
Yeah.
just they might change, but the history of them. That's about the closest
I
thing
just
to.
rather have us.
But I'm gonna say
Yes,
this.
that's why I said if you lived in a neighborhood.
That's what I'm saying. So recruit us.
Well, no.
Give us a chance.
Let's take it back
That's how
even
I feel.
further.
If you lived in a
And
neighborhood.
Ham, you can attest to this, yo.
Facts.
In our neighborhood, we don't need no fucking police. And I'm talking about the core of our. Now you have your crime, but even with crime, at the root of it, the neighborhood, even whether the police want to admit it or not, we handle it.
Yeah. I ain't gonna
So
front. They
I
locked up
think-
all the people that was handling it though. Like
For
right
that
around the riots,
aspect
they
of
locked
it,
up all the people
yeah.
that had a grip on and control.
For that aspect
On
of
the
it, I
streets.
feel like we really don't need police.
I respect that. Too.
Now, the idea of police is what scared people, but nowadays, people don't give a fuck about the police.
Right.
Because they all corrupt.
They see it as more of an agitation
Yes.
than a,
Yes.
I don't know what the word would be offhand to opposite, agitate. But yeah, so I
still
think
dragging
like
niggas,
for
locking niggas
real,
up.
if you was to go up on the avenue right now and said, all right, I'm gonna take Ham that lives up on Pennsylvania Gold and take officer such and such that live up on Pennsylvania Gold, that patrols Pennsylvania Gold, and handle a domestic dispute. 9 times out of 10, they may or may not respect Ham first because he probably know who it is.
Right.
Versus, okay, officer such and such had to go up there, get to know what's going on, and then defuse it.
Right.
Just because it is what it is in this heightened climate.
Right.
So that's why I say I can't really, and I have family members that are police.
Right.
And even with them, it's just that I see them more as family as, because we don't even address it.
Right.
But for me, I could never, only because even me being Lil Black, have never had a good encounter with the police until they
neither.
realize
I haven't either.
I'm Lil Black or it's somebody that somebody like we have police do security in here. Yeah. So those police know.
Right.
But those don't.
Right.
And if they pull me over, all right, those will come as the secondary cars. I'm like, yo, what y'all doing Black?
Yeah.
Now they know me.
Yeah.
But even still, all right, my son, my little brother, my whoever may not have that card.
I get you 100%.
You see what I'm saying? Because looking at me, you wouldn't think I am somebody to what everybody would think I am because of how I dress. But okay, what if I was just average Joe? That's not fair to.
Oh, you getting locked up.
Thank you. You feel me? So that's why I said I don't know if I could ever be in, because for me, with political science or politics in general, I will always see it as just is what it is. Ain't no good or bad. It just is what it is. Because for real,
I always think we could change it though. Just
no, I
because-
ain't saying we can't.
That's what keep me going.
That's what
But watch
keep me going
this.
because especially in this day and age, I think the world is crumbling. So all they power, all that stuff they had over us, they can't hold it. Yeah. Rome fell, Greece fell, all the empires fell, but we witnessing one fall right before
we're
our
living in
eyes,
it right now.
which is leveling the playing field for us to like get a leverage on the ground and like actually build something and really change the narrative.
Yeah.
Because let a whole bunch of people start getting properties and stuff, you're going to change people's mindset eventually. Eventually. And not everybody, but eventually you're going to see people that are going to be like, oh, Ham got a podcast and it's being successful. I can do that.
Right.
Like, you might not save a million people. A million niggas might, I make $1 million. I don't give a fuck.
But-
Are you going to have those?
But
You going to have them.
podcasts can put together and save that meal.
Right, but
Facts.
But you know what I mean? And I think that's going to change. Like, seeing him in politics, like, city council, I was like, he just inspired me. Like, you know what? I could probably try to do that. Because I be carrying Canfield. I be doing all the events. I pay for the reunion, all that. So I could probably run for city council. But, like, just, like, that's inspiring.
It's
Like,
inspiring,
for just
that's what
people.
it takes. I think in Baltimore City, our kids not inspired. That's all it is.
Hope.
Look, where the fathers at? I feel like if the fathers are the main thing, like, in our kids' life. I had my father. I'm gonna tell you. If the fathers look, man.
No, I can't.
Look, I'm gonna
No,
tell you, man.
I
If the
can't.
fathers,
I gotta go
I
get
had
you
my
with that.
father.
Not the
Look,
fathers,
I'm gonna tell you,
no.
I had my father for 11 years of my life. But my father, he died when I was 11. My father played the biggest inspiration in my life.
Now, I'm
why
not gonna
I do
say
the
that
things the way I do. Look,
The fathers
and
don't play a role, but I can't also put it on the fathers.
Man, I put it on the father.
I put it on the phone.
I put it on the
I
father.
put it on the fathers.
I put it on the
I put it on the fathers.
Look,
Because
you
got
got
damn right.
The
Yes.
majority of these guys that's in the system, ask them, where their fathers was at in their life. Majority of them gonna say, "Damn, my father ain't raised me."
Right,
My
but I
father wasn't
also
around.
me now.
That's
me,
always the same thing.
But
Even
me being a father now with all my kids over 21, I also it don't excuse it because my father never was there. That's why I said I can't excuse it or put a bullet on it because being a black man in this city now is a full-time job in itself. And then trying to bring in kids and everything else. That's why I said I can't blame it all on just the father because we, outside of other races, carry so much more baggage than just being a father. Meaning we got to be father, friend, brother, dad, other families, white people, they go off and separate themselves and just be father from brother and everybody else. We don't get afforded that.
But I
we
think
gotta
that,
be-
Yeah,
that- but
I
I think
understand
that's
that.
100% the problem.
You got that right.
That is the
Yes.
I'll tell you.
problem. Because that's why all this killing, all this stuff happens because they're emotional.
Emotional.
They're
Yeah,
raised by
people are
women and they're emotional.
Emotional. I seen something on
Yeah.
Instagram. The same
That's
way.
it.
Emotions.
That's 100% it. That
Emotions.
is it.
Emotions.
It's
a woman
emotions.
trait.
It's-
I swear, like if we had more fathers dedicated, and I agree with you when you said we don't need the police. We got right now a group of black men going around in the city with the African American male engagement in the city.
No, before you even get there, not to excuse them, but we got dudes and that's why I use a hand. You know the OGs in the neighborhood. You go and watch this show. I don't give a fuck where you go. You can go in any neighborhood, my nigga, on any sunny day where everybody really the hood is out. And I guarantee you could pick out 4 niggas that everybody really respect that if something kicked off, they could be the ones to calm it down, correct?
Right.
All right then, so you don't need, we have what we need within us already.
Right.
That's why I use our neighborhood. We got more shit going on in our neighborhood that can and can't be stopped. But for the most part, a lot of it can be addressed with the OGs. It's just the thing of whether or not they even want to let it go, don't want to be a part of it, ain't got nothing to do with it, do got something to do with it, don't give a fuck.
I mean,
Because watch this, best believe the neighborhood know before anybody else know.
definitely. Certainly.
So all right, so again, it got to get to the police for them to come back and do anything.
Right.
So why can't we
Right.
handle our own?
Right.
And when I was raised growing up, yeah, you had somebody to answer to.
Yeah.
There is nobody
You
to
couldn't even
answer
clip
to
nobody
no more.
back in the day without getting permission.
That's why I said, because everybody's passing it to somebody else. It ain't me, it ain't me. And everybody waiting for it to hit the wall. But at the same time, it didn't pass so far that all the walls is destroyed. So now everybody's running. That's why I said, even with, for me, government is what it is. It's just business. Everybody forget politics. The meaning of politics is business. So now, can we use people in there? Yeah, because politics will always be
We
around.
got politicians that don't know business.
But
I'm
again,
gonna give you an example.
it don't make a difference because the
Listen,
system
look.
was still built
No, I'm gonna give you a
for
real
you to
live
be
example.
in it, not for the system to be in you.
I'm gonna give you a real live example coming from Park Heights. That's free, like fresh on a hot right now. So they just sold, the Park Heights Langston Hughes building.
Right?
They sold that for $1.
All right.
That building is worth $2.5 million.
Right.
Who
What
bought
if
the
that-
lot?
Bought the lot. It was just a regular, it was a guy in the community.
All right.
They gave it to him for $1.
All right.
What if that $2.5 million went to Park Heights for workforce development? Went to Park Heights for demolition of those old houses that's been up for a while for new construction.
All right.
That's $2.5 million that the city needs right now, but we can't get it. It's gone. But we get that $2.5 million away for $1. So when I
$1.
say
Who was the
politics
nigga
is
that
real
got it for
important,
$1? Wow.
Look at those type of things that's happening. Park Heights need $2.5
Yeah, but watch
million.
this. If we as a community was as strong as we should be, they wouldn't even be able to get it past us without us fucking knowing.
But the thing is,
You got
Look,
you got to
look,
take
I'ma
yourself
tell you another
out
thing.
of
Look,
politician
I'ma
mode
t-
because certain
I'm-
things
and
you
I-
know,
but look, I'm gonna tell you another
the
thing.
average person wouldn't know.
I'm gonna tell you another thing. A lot of people, we ignorant, we naive to the fact. Even when I was campaigning, I spoke on this, saying what was going on. The people in that community, because of the work that was going on inside of that building, they still went for whatever happened. Yeah, they had food drives. I ain't worried about no food drives. I'm trying to see my men get jobs. We can do a food drive anywhere. But the main thing they were doing outside the Langston Hughes was food drives. And that really swayed our community. From food drives, we're swayed on food drives. So, I'm not worried about that. We can do that anyway. I'm worried about our men getting jobs. That's $2.5 million that could have been allocated towards anything else. That we got $1 from that though, from that one building.
$1.
If our community was
Right
as
now.
strong as it should be, they couldn't even come in
agree.
and offer us nothing. That's where I'm going at with this.
But no, the community wanted $1. That's what I'm saying.
No.
The community wanted that $1. The community wanted to keep that building for $1. That's what I'm saying.
For $1.
That's what I'm saying. The community is so naive and so swayed. That's what I'm saying. For $1. $2.5 million.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The building is worth $2.5 million.
That's crazy.
That's real talk. That's real facts. That's real.
I didn't know that.
Real
I
news.
didn't know that, and I respect that.
And I advocated against that.
and that's
campaigning.
crazy.
People was really coming against me saying,
Yeah.
keep your mouth shut, don't talk about it.
That's
Type of thing,
crazy.
but it's all politics. Even when I went to that
remember,
building, look, when I
just
went to
said
that building,
politics is business, bro.
politics is, it's business. It's business for the wrong reasons, though.
And wrong people.
Wrong
No,
people. When I
no,
went to that
no,
building-
no,
look,
no.
when I went to that
You
building-
can't do that. Business is business,
For
my
the wrong
nigga.
people, for the wrong reasons. For the wrong reasons.
Business is business, my nigga.
It's wrong
Ain't
business,
no
dog.
rules and
But
you
look,
missing it.
but
Ain't
look,
no rules
I'ma
in
tell you like
business.
this, like, if
That's
I-
where
look,
we get it fucked up at.
Look, like,
Business is business,
if
my nigga.
if you don't know politics, the council,
Politics is business.
Look, if the council person of that district controls which assets, what you do with those assets. So say if I was the council person of that district and I was against that sale was not even advertised to a potential
All right,
developer.
now watch this.
Ain't that illegal?
Hold up. It's not illegal because it's in the city charter. So corrupt politicians.
I thought you had to put the contract.
They don't gotta
have to know
advertise
the bid
it.
for
They
it.
don't
But
gotta
watch this.
advertise it. Nope.
So you
hold
telling
on,
me-
hold on, Black.
All right, go ahead.
Hold on, I'm dropping flags.
All right,
It's
go
in the
ahead.
city charter. You don't
No,
gotta
go
advertise
ahead.
it. So politicians that's not business minded, they go with somebody that's with them politically. But it's not good for the community. So if it was somebody like me in that office right now, I would not have sold that building for $1. I'm looking for somebody that's coming into my. Hold on, let me finish.
Go ahead.
I'm looking for somebody that's coming in my community to put a program for workforce development.
All right.
Or to that's
All
a
right,
building.
good intentions.
That's my whole thing
But
right there. 2.5
now let's
million.
look at the reality of this shit. Let them send that boy. We need that. If not, we'll get somebody in that office that will do it. Is you willing to do that? Because that's the reality of it. Man, when big business goes down, big shit happens.
I ain't got nothing to
And
do
it
with
has
my
nothing to
community.
do with
like you can't
your
put enough,
personal heart. But I mean, that's what's going to happen.
If I was in that position, I don't got nothing to lose. Like I'm not tied to nothing. I'm not tied to nothing.
You know
I'm
what
not
else
tied
is
to nobody.
That's why I said politics is business, my nigga.
But look, when you think
Because meaning if you're not willing to say, all right, you know what? The reality of this is business. So on this one, I'm going to have to, because I know in 3 years I may be able to work out a deal for.
No, I ain't worried about that. But look,
You know what,
look,
too?
he know exactly.
Well,
Hold up, he know exactly who that person is as the council person. When you're in office that year, you're already.
Well, then you
tamed.
ain't understanding
already in the
business.
system.
Because
That's why I'm
politics
saying
is
we need
business,
new
my
people in
nigga.
there.
It ain't, no,
And
it ain't,
politics
because
is business.
the
But look,
politics control
what
the
if I was
people.
in there? Like, what if I was in there and you say politics is business? That's good business. We just did bad business.
Because every situation has somebody else pulling the strings.
I mean,
That's why I set up the way it is.
That's a real.
But see,
but look,
that's what I think is changing.
That's a
Because
real-
theirs is crumbling.
yeah, they crumbling.
Their shit is crumbling.
Look how young
No
they got.
matter what,
Them
their
old
shit is
people gone,
crumbling.
them old
We ain't
people
gonna have no
gone.
paper
Yeah.
money in a minute.
Now watch
All
this.
they shit falling apart.
If it crumbles, okay.
AI,
so-
I've
Yeah.
been saying that for a while.
So,
AI.
okay,
Yeah.
watch this. If the paper, everything crumbles, the system is still in place, right?
No.
What you mean?
I mean,
I think that's what they're figuring out now.
Like,
It's
They-
been in
saying
place
government
too
will be
long
already-
already.
that's what is happening
Oh,
now.
now I'm agreeing with that.
That's
The
what's
guy-
happening
this is the
now,
last
right
president.
before our eyes. It's
Yeah.
crumbling.
And
We
that's- yeah.
want to hold on to Rome and Greece
Rome
and
is
all
done.
that. That shit's crumbling.
This is the last
Crumbling, but
president.
that's-
All that shit, that politics and business
It
and
was
all that
never-
shit
it
is
was never
phony.
meant for
It
us
was
to
never
be a
meant
part
for
of.
us.
And
that's
so-
why
and
a
it's
black man-
crashing
what's
to the
number one
ground.
thing,
Facts.
But that goes back-
family. Look, to take the man out the family.
But
why you
again-
hold up? Why you think for a woman to get resources, she got to be a single mom to get these different resources? The man got to be out to get these different resources.
But that still goes back to, like I said,
That's what I'm
beginning,
saying.
my
It's all
nigga.
in the system.
No, fuck the system.
That's the system.
It's the plan.
And that's why, and the plan falling
That's the
apart.
system.
When the
period.
power
the man
combined-
got to be out the picture for you to get these
You missing
benefits.
what I'm saying.
Period.
When we are strong enough on our own, it don't make a difference what the fuck
As
they
a
do.
culture, as a community.
Thank you.
And it's gonna
That's
happen
what
by
I said.
hook or crook because the shit we holding on to is falling apart.
Yeah, that's all I was
So
saying.
all that thing that we thought we was all that is falling apart.
Yeah.
So once we really gonna be standing on our own, then you're gonna be forced to go to community. You're gonna be forced because what's next? They get ready to talk about the food shortage. As soon as this pandemic died, then they're gonna talk about we ain't got no food. We already know how they gonna play the game. But all that stuff we holding on to, their rules and all that, it's falling apart.
Yeah.
It's falling apart right before our eyes. We could try to hold on
you
to
doing
it
it like-
in business
I mean,
and all that as long as we want. But God don't like ugly and they
What
shit
you doing
falling
in the
apart.
dark?
And you
Come
got
to
and
the
you
light.
definitely before we get out of here, you definitely has to turn. You have to change and adapt to the times.
Yep.
That's a fact. If you're not paying attention, you're gonna be caught in the whirlwind. If you're paying attention, you know what it's doing. I watch all types of crazy movies and documentaries. I understand motherfuckers with a bunch of old radio. That's like I said, radio might play out, but it's gonna be still them scanners that get around, and when this and that is gonna happen. So at the end of the day, if we want to do better, we gotta be strong as a community, as a culture, as a brotherhood, as a motherhood. It takes a woman to create the black generation. Because the black man, the black child comes to a woman womb. So we gotta just protect our community. We all know that. And that's it. You know what I mean? Like Black said, some people gonna be with it, some people ain't. It might be the beginning of the time. If you think of the Quran or the Bible, anything of religions you read, they say man's gonna destroy earth. You know what I'm saying? All we can do is what we can do now. The earth might not be destroyed to year 5,000. We about to be in year 2021.
Revolution
All we
won't
can
be
do is
televised.
focus,
We live in it.
like he said, all you can do is lead by example, pray for better days, and try to help as many people as you can. But you got to stay focused and not let the people you helping destroy you and fuck up your character. You got to know where your hand is wanted at and where your hand just, you know what I mean, where your hand ain't called for. It's sad, but that's the way it is. And like you said, it's all in us. How we do it. No, we don't need the police, but for so much fucked up shit, the government feel like you do need the police. And if it ain't no police, it'll be hell on earth.
Bruno, I feel like we need the police
For certain
keep
things,
their agenda going.
Their thing going.
Because,
Yeah.
God damn it, we don't need the police our neighborhood at all.
No, we don't need our police to police our neighborhood. But one thing is the written law is if it's no law, it's no order. And that's something that's been written before me and
but
you
we can
did.
enforce them laws.
But we in order
We
for us
do.
to do that, it will be policing. We'll be policing our hood. But we'll still have to have law and order. It's some shit that you just straight up broke the law when we got the law. So then things that had to happen to you, but we want a justice criminal system where everybody got equal opportunity when they walk in the courtroom. When you talk about let's govern our own community, we have to have law and order. So it's going to be like over in Saudi Arabia and these foreign countries.
There's gonna be some type of government.
You got Muslim police that just police you because if you ain't doing the deen right. So in order for that to get that in our community, you have to, not saying we are Muslim, but you got a deen right, meaning like, oh, bro, these are the laws and this is what we not allowing. And then if you're not allowing that and it happens, what you gonna do?
You can hold that person accountable if you know that person.
And that's policing.
That's why I'd rather be
supposed
policed
to
by the
serve
people that I know, that the people that
and
came
that's
from
what
that
I'm
community.
saying. So, and no matter what, if we run our community, you're still gonna have people in a board and people that's gonna have to be a government amongst us. That's gonna have to make rules that the land and the community has to live by. If you break these rules, these are these consequences. If you abide by these rules, these are the deeds and these are the good things. These are the fruits that come when you abide by these rules. That's all I'm saying.
And the rules would be great if they made by people that you're peers.
Exactly.
So you wouldn't mind abiding by rules that you know that your mother and your people's make. You know what I mean?
And if an idiot fuck it up, it has to be something in place for him to be corrected, or he's gonna keep fucking it up.
Yep.
And then the crop's gonna go bad.
So let me
because
ask you
he gonna think everybody gonna think they're gonna do it.
Ham, everybody's seen the video of the aftermath from girlfriend played the prank on him. She played like she was breaking up with him, or she cheated on him. And basically the girl was sitting on the bed with her boyfriend. She played like, yo, I fuck such. Dude straight went off, beat the brakes off of her. Next video, is Pops running down on on some if you ever for 5 minutes just beating them, right?
Right.
Now, this is the question I put out there. I get Pops' rule. My thing is and I see this a lot in Baltimore, for females that know they have that type of backup. Do you agree? I feel like if you're going to be that type of guy for females, you also need to sit them down and let them understand the power that comes with that. Because in our city, I see a lot of females that run around with that as a S on their chest.
It's like having a guy that's going back them up.
Yeah, with that. Well, my
I mean,
brother, my father,
they supposed to.
It is what it is. Like
They supposed
doing that
to.
since the beginning of time.
They're supposed to.
Hell no,
jump, it shouldn't be no man beating the shit out of women.
No. I said right.
True.
I know, but that wasn't the question.
The question.
Remember, I said thank you. I said the power of it, because you got a lot of females that run around and do stuff because they know. And we all have seen that one female. It might not have happened to us, but we've been in a situation where you got a girl that's shitting on a nigga.
I ain't got a problem with it, Black.
No, because my brother come beat the shit out. What you gonna do?
They've been doing that since we was a kid.
Look, I ain't got a problem
So,
with it.
all right,
because,
so
look,
what you-
I got
so
a
do you
daughter.
approve of that?
I approve of it because I got a daughter. If the only reason a female is to say that is because she feels threatened.
No. And that's why I said certain females need to be sat down and actually shown the power of that. Because a lot of
Look, I'ma say it like
females,
this then.
you remember,
I'ma think
females are
about
catty, yo.
Yeah.
So, all right, Ham could have had a female that he treated good, but just happened to cheat on.
I don't know. Let me get
Not
into
saying that
this
this
before
is
we wrap
towards
it up.
him.
If you feel threatened, I feel like you should.
And he
you should
cheated
do
on
that.
Shorty.
Listen,
If you feel like that man is a threat,
Listen.
maybe you should say, yeah, my father would do this, my brother would do this, if you feel threatened. But if you just saying that just to say it, no, that's not cool. But if you feel like this man up against you is a threat, then yes, I don't got no problem with you saying that at all.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Well,
If you feel like that man is a threat.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's different.
That's a fact.
That's it.
I was
You know
just
what I
saying
mean?
from the
Because
aspect.
guys and girls get into their little issues, and man, that's this woman, that's it. But listen, before we wrap it up, because Squirrel City got to get out of here.
Gotta get the boy.
Listen, I thank all of y'all for coming out here, tonight, and coming on my platform and giving Baltimore some insight of what's going on with all y'all. But before we get out of here, one by one, I gotta do this because you know what I'm saying. This is for the culture. Starting with you, Squirrel. Top 5 Baltimore rappers. No fuck shit, no fake shit, no foolishness. Put no cut on it. Your age group, the new group, or whatever, and go all down the line before we wrap it up.
Can I ask you? Because
No.
favorite
I got
or
my
just
top
like
Top 5. Your top 5.
I got my
Black.
top 5. I ain't
Top
gonna
5.
lie.
No, I
Top
got my
5.
favorites, but I got my business. If I had to put,
Bro, I just want your top 5.
I got my top.
I just want your top 5. Business, rap, mix it all together.
My first favorite rapper, number 1 on my list,
Baltimore City, stand up.
NASG Chaz. That nigga tough. He's my
Yeah.
favorite.
Shout out to NSG Jazz.
I know. He's
Popped in my head like I
NSG
Tough.
Chaz, right?
tough.
Yeah.
Tough.
she put that thing on me one time. Fun time.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking like old too, because I got to put Boss Man in there.
Shout out to Boss Man.
Tato. He my favorite. I
Tato,
like
that's
Tato.
3. That's 3. This one to Mr. Hooligan Express, man.
D Trinata.
Shout out to D Trinata.
Got to put her in there. And
Last but not least, the Drum Roll. Give him a little bit of break on it, baby. Give him a little bit of love on it. Give him a little bit of
Infinity
love on it.
Garnett.
Shout out to Fendi
Round way.
Garnett. She
That's a
definitely
Bowley.
tough. Round way,
niece.
man.
That's niece.
Mr.
Hey,
Hooligan
niece.
Express. Squirrel, listen, man, I want to thank you for coming out on my
Yes.
platform.
No
Shout
problem.
out to Hooligan Express Radio. I look forward to working with you guys.
Yes.
And I look
Make sure
forward
y'all
to
check
that.
us out on that.
And I look forward to that shit. Just keep going. You legendary. And we just handed you your flowers, your Bel Air, your blunt, your you know what I mean? And a cutie pie for you. Black.
Yes,
Top
thank you.
5 Baltimore artists. Baltimore, all time, all around the ball.
And I
Now
got
go ahead, Squirrel. You a legend. You can name one
YG
more.
Tech. I got to put Tech
hold
in
on,
there.
hold on, no, I got those Sosa in there.
And
You got that right.
Sosa is
Yes.
my A1 sub.
Hey, shout out to YBG Sosa,
Yeah.
free YBG
Tech.
Sosa, free the guys.
Tech.
Shout out to
How could I
Tech.
forget
See,
Tech?
that's why I said
No,
you
you
said
said
I
favorite.
forget
I got him.
That's
I got him.
my favorite. That's my family.
Hey, listen.
I got him.
Hey, Barksdale, man. Hey, listen. Hey, Black. Listen, I want to thank you for coming out on my platform. I appreciate you. Your alumni. Anytime you need this platform, it's there for you, man. We love you 100%.
Shout out to 748 Lounge.
Yeah, listen, shout out to 740 Lounge. You already know we in here, we live, we screaming. Shout out to County Real Talk in the building. We got a lot of shit going on for 2021. But Black, you a legend. Keep up the good work. We proud of you. We want to give you your flowers, your Bel Air, your blunts.
I want
and the
all that
cutie
now.
pie.
So when the lights go out, I can go do all of it.
Yes, thank you. And Barksdale, give me your top 5 Baltimore artists. Let's go.
Look, my top 5 is not in no particular order, but I'm just thinking from when growing up into the man I am now. First, I gotta start with Scooter. I think Scooter the best rapper that
Rest
ever
in
came
peace,
out
young
of Baltimore.
Scooter.
I
Rest
am
in peace, young
I-
Scooter.
I got Scooter.
Yeah, I agree
then
with you.
then growing up, just I gotta give it to Tim Trees for real.
Ooh, I
Shout out to
forgot
Tim
about
I gotta
Trees,
give
the
it to Tim
legend.
Trees because
We be here all day.
Yeah, that's-
Can
that's-
you put
that's-
Smash? Can you put
that's-
Smash on your list too?
Smash for me because that's one of my OG
no,
rappers.
I ain't gonna lie.
But you
just-
said
The man,
favorites.
the man got who he like.
Right.
I got Tim Trees number 2. Then number 3, I got YG Tech. I think YG Tech had the hottest mixtape this year in the
Yes.
city. I'll give
Shout
it to
out
We
to
ain't say this
YG
shit,
Tech,
you
no
said
excuses.
favorite.
But,
That's right,
but
yes.
favorite of
Yeah.
all time, I
Favorite
give it
all
to Tech.
time, but
It ain't no order. It ain't no order.
No
I got
order,
YG
this
Tech
is top 5.
Definitely.
Yeah, number 3, YG Tech. Gotta give it the move.
And Roddy.
I mean, you know,
And,
that's it.
But
That's,
see,
that's a big city.
we had to do like dead and alive.
Yeah.
Because
Because I could throw in Mr. Wilson from
All
our
the time.
No
Mr.
disrespect.
Wilson from our era.
Yeah, no disrespect. I don't really count my deads only because they not active.
No, he said all the time.
But
That's
no,
why I
no, but
just
my
said- that's why I
favorites.
give it to Tim Trees.
When you
What's
say
up, top
favorite,
10?
I think of who I'm about to pop in right now. Regardless of where I'm popping right
Gotta
now.
give it to the
Yeah,
legends.
yeah.
Just legends.
I ain't say get in your catalog. I'm
Legend.
just saying what you fucking with.
But
off the
see me,
spot, this
off the
is what I'm
spot, that's
listening
what
to.
I'm
Young
listening to.
Chaz, tough. Y'all need to check him out. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
They
I
got
heard,
G
I heard,
Chaz.
I heard.
Free little bro.
Hey, but Squirrel, tell them where we can find you at on social media.
Yes, Squirrel, SQUIRRELWYDE, Squirrelwyde. Hooligan Express Radio is coming real soon, and it's really going to be all about Round Wave for the community. I mean, everybody's a part. Come on in. It's room.
Lower Black, the CEO,
Lil
East
Black.
Coast Black. Let's
You
go.
already know me, Lil Black forever. That's LIL Black, the number 4 EVA. Of course, man, Squirrel got the radio joint, get ready to jump off. Make sure y'all check us out. Send us all that content. Anything you want promoted. Yeah, I mean, I told you, we are just the platform for you to jump off of. It is not us, it's we. So anything that you want promoted, poets,
Facts.
rappers, business,
Slinging hair,
anything,
barbers, salons.
anything that you need promoted to our community, and not just our community, anybody that will listen to us and you, we got you. Yeah, I mean, holla at us.
Facts. Taurus Barksdale, my guy.
You can find me on any social media platform. My name, Taurus Barksdale. The hood say Taurus, Taurus. Taurus like the zodiac sign. Taurus, Barksdale. Barksdale like the legendary family in the Baltimore city. Same thing. Taurus Barksdale on any social media. You can find me.
And if you're in Woodlawn, come through 7-Way Lounge.
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all guys for coming out, man. Look forward to working with y'all in 2021. But the last thing before we get out of here, because it's the last episode of 2020. We going in our 3rd year doing this shit. Thank everybody
Congratulations.
for hitting that.
Hold on, can I have a request for you?
Yeah. Go ahead. Before we get out of here.
Can I get a good 6?
What?
Yeah. 6
Nah,
balls.
Come
Come on.
I gave it up,
Come
man.
on, come! You ain't never give it up. You love
I
it too
gave
much,
it up.
bro.
That's
Come
why
on.
I'm doing this.
Written the freestyle.
Now listen,
Quick
bro.
6.
I can't even lie to you, bro. Like, you know, it's something in your life that you love that I don't love nothing more than hip hop outside of my
I
family.
said written the freestyle.
But as
Because you
far
got
as
stuff
like
that you
getting
wrote
to the
that
music,
people don't know.
that's some shit we might gotta do round.
Come on. Yeah, I'm pulling out you.
Just not. Yeah, nah. I ain't got it. But
That's
listen, man.
epic.
But listen, man. The last episode of 2020. I appreciate y'all guys for coming out, man. And I appreciate what y'all doing, man. And listen, man, just, you know, keep up the good work and keep on pushing. And just give us, before we get out of here, just one more thing, man. Just the New Year's resolution thing from each and every one of y'all.
My New Year's resolution is not necessary to, and I won't word this right. Not that I want everybody to understand where I am at now, but to understand The little gone. It's just black now. I earned that right now to be me.
East Coast black.
That's me for 2021. If you can't get with that or respect that, respectfully, okay. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
That's on any platform or however you deal with me.
It's black.
It's just black now.
Black the CEO.
Go. I go. My New Year's resolution, I'm trying to fully rehab my father's house. I bought my father's house back in a tax sale when I was 24 years old.
Man, that's gangster. That's
been-
gangsta.
Shout out to that man. Get that man.
tough.
Yeah, shout out to that man. Get a shout out to that man.
tough.
Shout out to that man. I salute you for that.
I've been sitting on his house for 4 years now, just sitting on it, paying taxes off.
You
So
can help me
now
with that.
I'm just fully rehabbing the house so I can move in there and make it my house. So I bought my father's house back, but that's my number one goal for 2021. Get that house ready, use that equity, buy another real estate property, and that's my investment property to rent it out. That's my goal.
Get with cousin.
Shout out to that. Shout out to that,
Straight up.
man. Shout out to Squirrel.
Straight up.
You already know mine. I'm trying to continue to help.
Already,
Another
yeah.
year of how I helped everybody while I was on the air. Now I just want to continue that on my own platform now.
Yeah. And listen, man, we thank y'all for coming out again, man. We salute y'all, man. And this is Raw Dope Podcast, and I'm your host, Hand 5000, and we out of here. No fuck shit, no fake shit, no foolishness. Anything you say can and will be used against you on the internet. Raw Dope Podcast.